Hello, and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but tonight, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, and I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the Tiefling Sorcerer Charity.
Hey, everybody.
Adam, playing the Halfling Rogue Burbage Kemp.
Hello.
Lena, playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormbringer.
Hi.
And Darcy, playing the Tiefling Cleric Hakari.
Why a DM great till they gotta be great? Don't TPK us. You messed me up. Don't TPK us or you'll meet your fate. Just remember that you sleep right next to me. I could kill you in the night if it suits me. Da-dum dum dee dum da dum dum day.
I like this
You
one.
messed me up.
And it was still so
I
solid.
practiced so
They're
many
getting
times.
more elaborate.
They are. I
Alright.
started writing them down.
Gonna have a
And
whole
more
musical.
threatening. That was
And
beautiful.
more
I know.
threatening. That's very true.
Start singing that. If it looks like we're gonna die, just start humming that at him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Darcy, do you want a second? Do you want a second take for the podcast?
Yes. Can I?
Yeah,
Don't
go for
laugh.
it. Yeah, Andy, don't fuck it up
Okay,
this
just-
time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Why a DM great till they gotta be great? Don't TPK us or you'll meet your fate. Just remember that you sleep right next to me. I could kill you in the night if it suits me. Da dum dum dee dum da dum dum day.
Yeah, I like the first one better. All right, go, Andy.
Yeah, I know. It's okay if you do that. I don't care.
Hey everyone, welcome to Goats and Dragons live stream recording of our podcast. You get the extra benefit of being on Twitch, of watching our visuals, which are fun and all that. And for those of you special people who are in our Discord, you can see a little bit of the behind the scenes chatting that goes on as well. And hey, we have a Discord, so if this is something that you are interested in, you would like to join, I believe you can type !Discord in the chat and get a nice link to that to join. It's basically a place where we hang out, play games, talk to people. We've recently, been talking a lot about D&D on there and helping a few people, get their game all squared away, and it's really cool. It's a nice little community that we're building. We have some amazing people in there, and just a quick thanks to some of the people that have joined recently: Tibby Taboo, Monty, Capacin Boy, Sam, Rachel, Elise, KT, and Eric from Pork Fried Dice. Jor Lee, you are all quite amazing, and we're super excited to have you in there talking with us. And speaking of Discord, we have a bonus episode of Goats and Dragons that is discussing a few of the random stories and myths that are circulating in this world. And we made that bonus episode by taking the same moment in this campaign, the moment which Arian got the tooth from the dragon. And I played that moment with 3 totally different players, KT, Elise, and Rachel. And they all did amazing, and they all did incredibly different things. And that's a fascinating little experiment to sort of represent the way in which these major myths of this moment have circulated throughout time. I don't know if any of them are correct. I mean, I do. But I don't. I'm not going to say anything. But it's fascinating to see how that all unfolded. And there's a bit of a recap in there as well. That bonus episode will eventually go up on our podcast in the next few weeks. But it is available now for those of you in Discord, and those of you who support us. So please, if you want a little bit of access to that, there's a way to do that. Yeah, and not only in this podcast, Goats and Dragons, we have an amazing campaign that's super, super fun on our other podcast, Helpful Goat Gaming Presents. And that podcast is helmed by Galway, DM'd by Galway, and it's amazing. And it's a tier beyond the doors, and it's fascinating and fun. And you should check that out as well. Helpful Go Gaming Presents is where we play a lot of our shorter campaigns or one shots, and I believe Galway's going to pretty soon start kind of a new series there with some kind of behind the scenes D&D creation stuff. It's a little bit of advice. It's going to be a little bit of, this is how we do this. We're going to break down some scenes, some encounters. Galway has an amazing mind for stuff like that. So that's going to be super fun when we get that set up. I'll probably try to help do one or two with him at some point. So if you're kind of interested in some of the nitty gritty of D&D, definitely watch out for that. That's going to be super fun. And we are affiliate on Twitch, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us. And as a reminder, anyone who has Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free through Twitch Prime. It's super easy to get those links set up, and we would greatly appreciate something like that. Any other announcements, everyone?
I think one thing for that new content that's going to be coming out, it'll be part of that new sort of more interactive paradigm shift that Adam boldly unilaterally declared back in our Valentine's Day massacre of content correctly, as it turned out. But so we'll probably, you can look out for us if you follow us on Twitter at HelpfulGoat. If you're in our Discord, you can use the Discord command to join. We'll probably be publishing a call for if you guys have any questions about some D&D topics, and if you want to get a chance to talk about them with us, have us answer them, that would certainly be the best way to get them into us so we can sort of plan around it. But we'll also be responding to questions in Twitch chat when we do that. And that'll probably actually just be coming up, that tweet and the Discord call probably be coming up pretty soon. And I think the first episode will probably be next week, a week from today.
Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. I think that's it. So without further ado, let's begin tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons.
Oh, it stopped.
It definitely
That's
stopped a
beautiful,
long
Adam.
time ago.
2 minutes ago.
You're really proving my point that we should do a musical episode sometime.
Oh
I
my
think that'd be
gosh.
great.
Yeah, that and a body switching episode. I want Charity and
Yes.
Burbage to switch bodies so I get to play Charity and Galway gets to play Burbage.
Yes, we should do that. Those would be fun.
That's like all upside for you because you'll like wreck Charity, and then you're gonna come back and Burbage is gonna be like, holy shit, I feel well fed and like stretched and I haven't like had a toxin in my body for a few days. This is great. Not a fucking
That's hilarious. Oh, poor Charity.
Previously on Goats and Dragons.
And he attempts
The
to
feast.
reassert control.
All right. The family, looking for an elusive figure named Israk Devere, followed a series of clues that led them through a lava rock cave system off the coast of Greater Bunya, but now into a desolate a dark, snow-covered iceberg in the middle of a fierce, gray ocean. Staving off the cold as much as you all can with a simple bonfire spell, you're presented with yet another puzzle. There are 5 floating orbs surrounding the space in which you were all teleported. There's a blue, a yellow, a white, a red, and a brown, each with a distinct magical effect. Charity discovered a slight, thin string of arcana energy slipping from the blue orb to the iron spike below it. The others do not seem to have that particular effect. And as the cold is growing more intense and the heat of the fire does not quite replenish the heat your bodies are losing, you had discovered 2 others still on the iceberg. Old faces from Federo. Arben and Foley. Foley turned out to be a dick, and he shot one of the orbs, which blasted a cacophonous clap of thunder, shooting Burbage and Hikari nearly off the iceberg itself. The sound reverberated like that through the iceberg itself, and then eventually faded into silence, until a massive creature exploded from the depths of the waters around you and onto the side of the iceberg. Now you are staring into the face of a massive... Oh, my dog's barking.
Shiba Inus.
Shiba Inus.
Is this just a big...
They're fluffy
big
faced,
dog?
but they sound
It may be.
horrible.
Yep.
Yeah, this isn't a dragon. It's just a big dog.
I'm trying to wait for him
It'll
to
be
stop
cute.
barking, and then I'll move on.
I like how Andy has like the problem with dogs, and I have that with like ambulances going by on the street outside my place. I'm like,
Right.
I have a monologue. I'll hear a siren like 3 blocks down and be like, shit.
He's howling. I don't even know why.
You guys hear him?
I've never heard him
Yeah.
like howl like this.
He's scared for us.
No, he's
Evidently.
Yeah.
such a good.
You're
like,
traumatizing your dog, and
He's such a good protection dog, but he's
Yeah.
like so sweet at the same time.
He's
He's fluffy.
Okay.
I love him.
I love him too.
Okay, go on.
Okay. Let's do that. Where was I? Now, you are staring into the face of a massive and ancient white dragon. Its scaly lips retreat into a smile, and simultaneously, as Burbage notices that he's missing a single fang on his bottom jaw, the dragon stares at the blade in Burbage's hand. Both of their eyes narrow, and their pupils contract. And now, faced with the pure, raw power you feel in this creature as it roars at Burbage Kemp, I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw against being frightened. Burbage, please recall that you are a halfling, and being a halfling, you are naturally brave. You have advantage on this saving throw.
Yep, here goes. Alright.
just remember you guys have
15?
inspiration if you need it. Charity.
Yeah, I'm going to be burning that inspiration.
Right. As a note, everyone here has inspiration, since last time each of you did something against probably what's more deficient in order
I guess I'm gonna use mine too.
to get your thing going.
This is a really good start. This is great. We're gonna all fucking die.
I need my inspiration.
Wow. We're so fucked. I don't
I'm favored by
fucking
the,
think-
I'm favored
17. 17.
I'm favored by the gods.
If you fail
So-
a saving throw, you get 2d4. Okay.
I'm assuming the
6.
13 failed because it was awful. So it's a 19 now.
All right.
Okay. This is fucking brutal.
Favored by which gods? Not Behelid
Just
anymore.
the
Fucking
gods.
all of them.
Except
All of
Behelid.
them.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Behelid has a lot of favor for me. Just also wants to murder me. It's kind of a jealousy
All right.
dynamic, I'm assuming.
All right. Charity got a 19.
Yeah.
Hikari, would you get a 17?
17.
Burbage, you had a
15.
15. Okay, and Stormbringer,
I had a fucking 12.
a 12.
That's with my inspiration.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was I supposed to have rolled something? I used my advantage thing, but inspiration, was I supposed to roll something else to add to it?
Nope, not at all.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just
other
wanted to make
people
sure.
had different
Sorry.
things.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No,
Okay.
you're good. Charity and Hikari, for some reason, even in the cold of this place that is just racking your bodies, you are able to at least focus on a threat in front of you, something you can smash and hit and catch on fire, and that actually kind of resolves you just a bit.
Yeah,
Burbage,
because we're badass.
100%. Burbage and Stormbringer, however, you have never quite felt the raw power of something like this. It is terrifying to you.
Oh
You are both considered frightened for the moment. And as the beast charges in toward you, why don't we go ahead and roll initiative?
He's already charging? Jesus Christ, Andy.
no. He's mad.
What if we wanted to be buddies
Okay,
with
I'm sorry. Maybe he's not charging. Maybe
He's running to give us hugs.
Maybe he's running.
With his
They're
mouth.
not. Those
So
are bad touch hugs. Bad touch hugs.
So so okay, so you built into your narration, I guess, an answer to a question that I was going to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Please.
At the moment that Burbage looks up and sees that this dragon is missing a bottom fang, and once it clicks, this is almost definitely the dragon from which Bright Fang comes.
Yes.
I think Burbage would try in that moment, perhaps, to use sleight of hand to just quickly put Bright Fang away. Like, if there's any moment there that, like, that he can just kind of, like, sheathe it, he's going to try to do that.
You certainly can. Because you had to use Bright Fang to just pull yourself up flying off of the iceberg, you certainly had it out.
I had it out.
It seems to you that he has already noticed it, but you can try to put it away at this point if you'd like.
I think it's in character for him to try to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow a sleight of hand if you'd like.
Wait, what?
An 18.
I'd just like to establish now, fuck my dice. Like, if this is how it's gonna go, I'm not gonna be a useful tank.
I don't know.
So.
This isn't actually the exact positioning of this isn't too bad.
And I'll get initiative roll, I guess.
Whoa, that's a
Crit hit.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, this then changes a couple things. Because that's a crit hit, and house rule on crit hits, Burbage, you get to act on this sort of initial round, if you'd like, and then take it at the top of the initiative order. So I will say that as the beast is quickly trotting toward you, you hear him say in a gruff, old, deep voice, "You hold a piece of me in your tiny unworthy hand. What have you done to it? You sullied it. You shall pay.
Oh shit! Well, that pretty much.
And you were able to very quickly sort of stash it to a point where you don't exactly think he saw you stash it. You know?
Okay, interesting, because I know that at the end of our little bonus episode that you recorded, you kind of had Burbage feel calmed by the stories he was remembering about Arian taking the Fang. And so I'm curious about how this critical hit on the initiative might intersect with the frightened fail that I rolled.
Right, yes. So here's the thing. You are incredibly frightened, but your mind is almost made clearer by thinking of these stories that you have heard in the past about how perhaps an ancestor of yours was able to deal with this massive creature in front of you. You are technically scared, which means you cannot move forward to it, or if you try to attack it, you're going to have disadvantage. However, at the end of your turn, you do get a roll to try to break that.
Okay.
So if there's anything else you can do on this initial turn, please do that. But your mind is focused in that I need to act immediately.
All right. Well, the first thing that Burbage will do after like a lottery slot machine, he goes through the different stories of Arian and the Fang. He's gonna say, "All right, guys, pretend you're a fae. No, pretend you're a dentist. No, pretend you're a bag. I don't know. All right, okay. No, guys, I got this. Hello, I don't know what you're talking about. Oi, dragon. So great to have you here. We've been struggling quite a bit with this weird orb puzzle, and we could really use a second pair of enormous eyes on it. Any chance you could lend us a terrifying claw?"
And do you want this to be kind of your turn, your action?
I mean, hopefully not.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, if you want to make it your action, I'll let you roll a persuasion check.
Yes, okay, sure, fine. I will do that. $11. I'm gonna use my inspiration. This is not how you fight a dragon, everybody.
Yeah, it is. There's no right way. You're good.
Nope. Oh. Wait. He should get another die of that. It didn't trigger for some reason.
I should re-roll that because it's a crit fail.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Halflings!
Oh.
Halflings, ladies and gentlemen. That's a 20 on persuasion.
So between being able, I stashed Bright Fang.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to. Maybe this dragon likes puzzles.
Yeah, maybe. I love it. You see it stop in its tracks for a moment, and it's looking at you and all of you, and you hear it say, "The puzzle is here as a dinner bell for me. I have a situation in which a friend of mine provides me with meals every once in a while. Why would I help you?"
Fucking Foley. Fucking Foley. And I just turn and look at him.
But
you think Foley's the friend, or is Isaac Devere the friend? I think it's Isaac.
I think Devere is the friend, but maybe Foley can be the meal.
Oh, wait, maybe. But didn't Foley, isn't he the one that hit the bell?
Oh, yeah, but he didn't seem to have any fucking idea what he was doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
He seemed like a really just bitter man trying to kill all of us.
Man, I wanted to feel better about my escape plan of maybe having the dragon eat him.
Burbage, you do feel that you kind of got through to him just a little bit, though, in that He seems intelligent enough and a little bit open to talking and stuff. He just doesn't have much motivation right now to try to solve a puzzle for you. And you do notice he did look toward the blue orb for just a second as you were talking about that.
Ooh, interesting.
You all see sort of Arbin right next to the dragon as well, sort of on its left, ungrouped away from the rest of you, who just looks terrified in his tracks as well, and it doesn't have a weapon necessarily on him, it seems, and yeah, he's super scared. And Burbage, go ahead and give me another roll, wisdom saving throw.
Against being frightened?
Yes.
So that was like my crit hit turn, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so now I will do this. 17.
Okay. A 17 is enough. You shake this. Getting through with your words shook just a little bit of the fear that you had. That this is not simply a mindless, ravenous thing. It does seem very angry at you. It does seem like it's going to try to kill you all. And you feel like you can do something now. So, now, top of the turn order, Burbage Kemp, and then Charity.
So, we are still in turn order, but he is open to conversation, Burbage feels.
Yeah,
this is tricky. I know that you were planning on just
this is tricky, right? No, not that at all. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. It's that. It's not that you think he's open to talking necessarily, because he looks like he's about to attack you all.
Okay.
It's that you think that he's intelligent enough that he could be having a conversation with you, is what you think.
So we've established he is a communicative creature that wants to kill us.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've established that he's put options to the side. This isn't like a bear where you can't really talk it down. Right. No, he's decided that he's not doing that.
Of course, yeah. And again,
talk a bear down, though, right?
Yeah, it's
Charity
it's
probably
Dungeons
can.
Dragons. 100% anything you do is possible, and you think that right now his motivations are trying to kill you.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I would be remiss as a player not to articulate kind of where I'm at right now, which is that there's been a confluence of details over the last kind of few weeks in this game that are prominent in my mind, and I think in Burbage's mind, which are that one, he has spent the last day or two grappling with some weirdness around Brightfang, and Charity has just given him a quite powerful speech about back before the iceberg, about how he was a hero before having Brightfang, etc., etc. And then we had this fun experiment where we had the three Aryans do their thing about getting the tooth from the dragon. And I guess as a player, I am wondering, and also you just had, so now it's right on the table that Pelitoth, that this dragon is explicitly like, you have something of mine, right? Like that. Yeah. He said that. All right.
Yes, and you will pay for having it. And sullying it seems.
So interesting. I just, because of that, I feel like Burbage might, if he's been processing like, oh shit, like I really turned into a dick over Bright Fang before, and yeah, like it has nothing to do with me. Like it's just this weapon that if you have a ring, you can wield it. And also, I think Burbage would be wondering in that slot machine kind of effect a moment ago if even Bright Fang would work on the dragon that it came from. Like its ice damage, it would work against the Hydra, sure, but would it work against an ice dragon? Burbage isn't sure. So because of all that, I am going to, in response to his saying, like, you have something of mine, and to his kind of slight shift in demeanor in response to my question about the puzzle, I'm going to have Burbage say, why would you help us with the puzzle? Because maybe we have something you want. And maybe, specifically, I do have something you want. And maybe I could give it to you.
Okay. You hear it growl back at you, lowering its head a bit. Why would I help you if I can simply take it off your corpse like I have so many around you? And it looks kind of into the snow around you, around which you have uncovered several bodies as well. And I'll give you kind of a quick response as well, still on this turn if you'd like.
All right. And then this is, I mean, the only thing I can think of, and it's given the kind of what's happening in the world, if he's remembering those stories, he's just going to pick one and like try to guess, like, maybe that one's true. So he's going to say, oh God, which one? Because I know your secret. You were not always this strong. You used to be weak. And that's okay. That's such a bad idea. Adam, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I feel like facing down this huge, gargantuan mass of sinew and muscle and hate and cold energy charging at us. As you say this, you just see Charity turn his head and go, really? Weak. That was...
Burbage Kemp, give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
Okay.
Let the dice decide this. Wow.
I was about to make a joke about a double fumble turning into like a quadruple fumble, and then the first one happened, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, what just happened?
You rolled a 1 for one of them, and then you rolled something else?
So you rolled a 17 and a 1 for the two dice on the roll, and then it re-rolled the 1 automatically, and it became a 2.
2. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So
18 is the value.
18 is the value there. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Fuck.
Burbage, you watch as it raises its head then, and it spreads its wings. And as it does so, all of you see intricate tattoo work done entirely underneath both wings. And you hear the voice again. Each of these tattoos represents a failure of mine. It is true. I was weak. And I am not weak anymore. Drop what you have at my feet, and maybe I won't eat you.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I'm kind of far from Burbage, aren't I?
Yeah, he's about 20 feet behind you.
Okay, I just say in a very calm voice, Burbage, let me take it up to him.
I'll momentarily pause initiative order right here.
Okay.
Since it doesn't look like anyone's actually progressing at the moment, but
Could
at any
we, instead of pausing, re-roll when we go back?
I wouldn't do that, Stormbringer. Maybe just, I mean, you're still going ahead of this guy.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
I was like, this is the best order for you, meta-wise. I'm before you, and you're before the dragon.
If Charity, you would like to hold off for just a moment, I'll allow a little bit of this to play out, and then we can cut back in with you.
Charity is absolutely fine with letting this play out. The only thing that I would say I might do, and especially as we're letting some of this play out, I might supplement with some persuasion. Not so much as my turn if it looks like it's combat, but does that make sense? Like, if the interaction seems like it's going, I might try to help with that if I'm not just like time stopped.
Yeah. We'll just pause initiative order.
We're pausing initiative order, but we're in sort of role play mode now.
Yes.
That sounds good to me.
I'll allow that. Yeah, I think it's interesting. So Burbage, it's kind of in your court for the moment.
So Darcy, does Hikari have a plan? And if so,
yes.
Can she message cantrip it to me?
Yes. So I'm gonna say in your mind, Burbage, I'm gonna tell him that you have to tell him that you're so scared of him that you cannot move. And you have to act like you are so scared of him that you're not move. Drop to your knees.
Yeah.
And shake. I'm gonna go up to him, lay the tooth, touch him, and use the contagion spell on him.
Oh shit.
And Burbage will say, "Do you need the ring?"
Last time you touched the sword, your hand turned to ice.
But was she wielding it, or just like holding it in its scabbard?
Yeah, I'm just holding it.
Yeah. If you hold it in your scabbard, if he gives you the whole scabbard.
Can I just take the scabbard and act like I'm going to like shake it out in front of his feet, and then I'm going to try and touch him.
You totally
and
get.
I'm gonna get eaten.
So Burbage, what essentially I think she's they're saying here is that that they'll want to get in kind of a surprise round attack on this thing, which would totally restart a fight.
Yeah.
Is that something you're into, or you would get the jump? It sounds like. On that.
I'm gonna say that Burbage doesn't really know what Hikari means. Well, I mean, I guess Burbage isn't an idiot. She said that she would cast Contagion. Would Burbage? Well, I need some bourbon right now. Would Burbage know what that spell does?
I would say that Burbage might know what the word contagion means, and it doesn't mean happy fun times.
Which is real bad.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Burbage is not some kind of like dialogic peacekeeper here. He is going off the seat of his pants. So it's not like he has a huge... I mean, yeah, he wants to stay alive, but if Hikari's stepping up and has some kind of plan, he'll definitely...
Can I interject just to maximize the imagery of this moment? Is that cool? Okay, no. We're gonna go literal straight up angel and devil on Burbage's shoulder. As he hears Charity's voice in his head. It seems to be listening to you. This might be possible to get through without a fight / massacre.
Literal. Oh my god.
And the devil?
The devil is Hikari, right?
Devil's pretty much straight up Hikari.
I'm the devil.
Yeah, no. And I like how it's the two devils. It's just one of them happens to be an angel. Part of the time, literally.
That's brilliant.
Would I know if I touch him, but then I miss my spell throw? If he would know I tried to do.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I still want to do it.
Okay.
Come on, Burbage.
You guys are good.
And yeah. And I say really quick, I add in your head, right after I said all that other stuff, let's see, that I'm like, oh yeah, and if you could pee yourself too, that would be great.
Again, now, as you're all just staring at each other for a few seconds.
What's going on, you guys?
Hear another voice that's, well, give me back what is mine.
You just see Akari just going, come on, come on, come on.
What was taken from me and sullied.
What do you mean, sullied?
She carved it. She carved it into a weapon to be wielded by a small thing.
Hey, Dragon, I've learned that small things are tough too.
False.
I know, I thought that too, right? I thought small things were just pathetic and weak.
All of you small things are pathetic and weak.
Exactly, small things.
All right,
really.
Your anger clouds your judgment, your hatred for those around you. The way that you are deceitful and tricksy.
So we just smashed Star Wars into Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So this kind of made my decision for me. So a couple things. So I want to track the fact that Burbage has been picking up from Hikari weird vibes, and he's been starting to suspect that Hikari isn't as invested in the family as she used to be.
Oh.
Is that safe to say? Like he's been
you probably pick up some vibes like that she's become a little more distant lately.
We've had those moments that he's been like, and she wasn't wearing the sigil and that stuff. So there's some weirdness there built into it. And then when the dragon says that all small things are, what did he say?
Weak
and weak,
deceitful, blinded by rage or like hatred or something.
Hatred.
Yeah. So that right after Hikari said, you have to pretend to be frightened, Burbage is going to be like, no, Hikari, I got this. I was frightened, but I'm not anymore. And then he message cantrip to that, and then he says, I was frightened, but I'm not anymore. And I will begin a slow halfling walk.
All right. Trudging through the snow.
Yeah.
The snow that's up to your waist. Yeah.
Yeah.
While technically he is next to the orb, he is still any part of him is about 5 feet away, just so you know.
Yeah, okay.
As you come up to me, as you pass me, I just whisper, what are you doing?
From behind you, you'll both hear what he thinks is best. I trust him.
I'll whisper back. I was going to say I have no idea, but Charity's idea is no. As I walk past, I'm going to say I was going to say I have no idea, but Charity's answer is better. All right.
So Burbage, you step in front of this gigantic creature. Literally 20 feet above you is its head, angled down toward you, its teeth still showing. Its neck curved right before what looks to be right before a snake might strike.
Burbage will say, small people, as all people, have their weaknesses. But I'll tell you one thing, O mighty Pelitoth, I'm not trying to be deceptive. This fang of yours, yes, it was carved, and yes, It was made into a weapon for small folks. But you must understand that for what it is, which is us small people trying to feel some of the power that you've gained in your life. Can you blame us for wanting to be stronger than we are? And for recognizing true power where it is? I've wielded this weapon. I might not have deserved it, but I've wielded it. And I've felt its power. I've felt your power, and I see your power now.
Chomp.
Chomp. Crunch. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be hilarious. Just mid-speech. That's perfect.
Yeah. Sorry.
I will lay this at your feet as a symbol of small people everywhere's deference to you, O mighty Pelitoth the Fierce. Please, don't kill us. Hold on, I got this. I got this. You are not our enemy. You never have been. We're here by accident. And if you want to eat somebody, you can eat that guy over there. He was a total dick to us earlier. I pointed Foley.
Charity's going to raise his hand at this, and this was kind of the interaction that I was saying I wanted to hold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Pelitoth.
It looks...
You mentioned that your friend provides you with meals upon occasion. Is that friend Israk Devere?
Yes, that was the name.
Then
It's been many years.
it may be relevant for you to know. We traveled here seeking Israk Devere to gain some wisdom and perspective from him, to warn him of a threat coming against him, and help him with that if there was any way that we could. It should also be noted that that piece of shit over there, who Burbage rightly volunteered that you could eat, was probably coming to kill him.
What could you possibly need to speak with that old man about? What threats are there left in the world since I left it?
I must confess I do not know as much of these stories as some of the others, but it was a god that sullied your tooth, correct?
At this, the scales on the back of its neck seem to rise off of its skin. It curls backward just a little bit, and you hear just a deep shh.
Another is coming, and I fear a great, great amount could be lost if she has her way.
Charity, why don't you add a persuasion roll here? And I'll say that you could have cast guidance quickly, knowing what you were about to do.
Hikari's in front of you, just like with her head down, shaking her head, and just being like, I cannot believe this.
So am I giving a persuasion check or
charity? Let's do charity. Yeah.
I'm actually not going to use that because I have a spell I'm concentrating on, and guidance is concentration.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no worries. Yeah, good call.
Wait, is there...
should be a 19. Sorry, I don't have advantage anymore.
19. If you drop the tooth at my feet, I will leave you to figure out Devir's puzzle. I never could. Otherwise I might have, in my lonelier days on this ice rock, have gone to see him myself. I promise you this. I may not eat you today.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Can I do that also?
Yeah.
Can we all do that?
There's a bad roll. 8. And a 15. Charity, your mindset is still a little bit more geared toward, this is just a delay, we're about to fight. I don't quite trust him yet. And Burbage, you maybe even see that sort of fire welling up inside Charity's eyes again. And you just kind of put your hand up and nod to him that perhaps you do believe him. Do with that what you will.
Can I also make an insight roll?
Sure. Yeah. Go
because I feel like I would do that.
Yeah, I think Hikari certainly. Stormbringer, I think, is more looking to her friends to see like what's about
just like
to
lost and scared.
What am I gonna do? Am I gonna kill? Am I gonna?
Stormbringer's scared? Oh no.
Yeah, I'm still frightened.
19.
So she's just terrified.
Oh yeah, literally frightened. Jesus.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Stormbringer. Yeah. Also, why don't you give me a wisdom saving throw since it's been been a round or two here. And Hikari.
19.
I'm never gonna make
Stormbringer.
it.
Not quite. I'm sorry. You're still shaking right now. And Hikari, yeah, you kind of got the same feeling Burbage did. You actually
Believe him.
think that this creature's being reasonable for a moment, and that honestly, Hikari, you feel that there was something that switched when Charity mentioned the god.
Yeah.
And that a new god might be coming. There's
Yeah.
something that the eyes of this creature softened when that happened.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, like there are two ways forward here, right?
Yeah.
One, Burbage sets down Bright Fang and steps back. Two, Burbage starts to set down Bright Fang and then quickly draws the elven blade that he got from the dead elf's body and attacks Pelitoth.
Yeah.
Based on the insight check, I guess I trust him, and so I will go with option 1. This might be game breaking, but I don't know what Burbage is going to use to fight with for the rest of the campaign. But I guess
We'll
he's back
get you
using...
a new sword.
Yeah, Burbage will make eye contact with Pelitoth, and very slowly lift up the Bright Fang with both hands, kind of like as like an offering, like in front of him, and he will crouch and set it down on the ground in front of him, and then stand back up and start to back up, and then he'll pause and stop and be like, "So wait, are you trapped here too?"
So just to kind of be clear, because this is an incredibly large moment here, that certainly is going to affect a lot of the campaign. You think giving your sword up to this creature, you will not get it back without a fight. I just kind of want to make that clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And at the same time, you do think that he's not going to fight if you give this up.
Yeah. I understand that.
Cool. Good.
But I'm just following where the confluence of like moments and D&D magic has taken me / Burbage. So
Gotcha. Beautiful. No, I just didn't want a player to accidentally lose an artifact and then go.
No,
yeah.
That would be ridiculous if I was like, "What, Andy? I wanted that back."
Just making sure everyone's having a good time.
I appreciate that.
All right.
But yeah, I sit it down and then I do ask him, so wait, are you trapped here too?
At this, you see something very strange that feels awkward, and your eyes almost kind of jitter trying to make sense of it. You see this gigantic beast shrink. Incredibly small for what it was, but about the size of a horse now.
What?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it reaches out its clawed hand, picks up the sword again, and sort of waves it a little bit in the air. A bit of blue light sort of follows and traces the blade as he's wielding it. And then he says, "No, man, I ain't." No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
He says, "No, I'm not trapped. I chose to leave that world when she died."
When who died?
And at this, he turns around a little bit, and you now see him grow to his gigantic normal size. And then he looks over his shoulder again, and he says, "You have her hair, curly in the wrong places.
All right, are you curl shaving me?
It makes me smile still." And as
Are you
he's
talking about Arian? Are you talking about Arian? Just because it was just in my mind. I was just thinking about it. We had a whole bonus episode about it, so I just wanted to just put it right out all on the table.
Way to break that fourth wall.
No, Burbage certainly knows about
No, I know.
the stories.
But the bonus episode references.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Burbage doesn't know that. He whips around his head again, and he says, "That name is sacred to me. Be very careful if you ever use it again." And as he grows to his full, immense size again, he's placed the sword in his mouth. And almost you see kind of the scaly gums growing around the hilt of the sword again, so that it becomes smaller than some of his other teeth, yes, but perhaps in its old rightful place. And at this, gigantic wings spread, and he whoosh, flaps up into the air. And the dust or the snow that is kicked up from this blinds you. You cannot see where this creature has gone. Somewhere behind you, you feel a boom, like it landed again. And Charity and Stormbringer, you are actually even pushed with the weight of like almost a wave of snow, kind of an avalanche that just comes from the side of you, pushes you kind of aside, and you have to crawl back up in this dark night. And eventually the snow fades and settles again on the ground. And there is no sign of the creature Pelitoth.
Hey, Andy, I'd just like to point out,
Yes.
Pelitoth, not wearing the ring. He just froze to death, man. Right? Right?
Definitely.
Maybe Burbage thinks that. Maybe he just turned to snow and he's now just all around you in pieces.
No, Burbage's plan was not to... He did not think that Pelitoth needed the ring to wield his own tooth.
The way you did sort of feel a vibration, though, again, you're wondering if this creature doesn't live somewhere deep within this gigantic iceberg. as part of his lair.
Well, guys, I don't know what I just did or why I did it,
Yeah, what
but
the
I
fuck
did
just
notice. I did notice earlier that he looked directly at the blue orb when we were talking about solving the puzzle.
Arbin comes rushing up to you and, what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
what
the
you
fuck
just
was,
do?
What?
I'm
with Urban.
As they're saying that, Charity is going to sort of push through people and put his hand on Burbage's shoulder. You proved that what I said was right. You don't need that thing to be special. Now let's get the fuck out of here. I'm very cold.
Yeah, let's solve this puzzle.
Also, he did specify, I won't eat you today, so I'm a little worried about what happens after midnight.
Oh, yeah, we're fucked there.
What?
Sure.
Just happened.
Can I be honest? Andy teared up just a little bit there. That was so good.
Hikari, Stormbringer, Arbin, do you guys really want to fight a fucking dragon?
Yes.
No, the thing was so scary.
No,
but
of course
then
not.
you guys just talked at it and you made it go away. Was it mind control or something? Also, why was it small for a second? Also, why did it stick a sword in its mouth?
All right,
What's going on?
I do want to know why it was small for a second.
Yeah, that was all odd. That was very odd. Everything about this is fucking odd.
Yeah.
Charity is sort of gently, not enough to do damage, but just repeatedly kicking Foley. You fucking suck.
Okay.
Burbage was just... Oh, okay, now I realize that your disbelief is stemming from different areas for each of you. Stormbringer is impressed, Hikari is mad, and Arbin just doesn't know what the fuck's going on. All right.
And I'm proud.
Thank you. I feel naked without my fang, but I guess it was always his to begin with.
Was that in
I miss
Innuendo?
Theodric's. Yeah, I miss Theodric's fang.
Yeah,
never mind.
that one definitely is.
That one definitely is.
Actually, no, but at that, Charity's gonna, as Charity has gone back over to examine the blue orb, then he's gonna pause. Did you need a ring for never mind, I don't want to know.
Did I need a ring for Theodric's fang? Oh, man.
Fire. And she's just sitting down,
Okay.
she's just sitting down, staring in the fire, as close as she can get without being burned, and just with her, her knees up and her arms around her knees.
Yeah. Okay. Arbin kind of comes over to you and, are you okay? That was very frightening.
Was it?
I certainly was.
Hmm.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, you guys, I have a strategy for solving the puzzle. You know how Foley shot that one, and then it did something, but not that bad? It just a dragon came for some reason, which was weird. Maybe we stand really far away and shoot the orbs and see what they do.
Maybe we investigate this one first.
Real quick, you had stabilized Foley?
Yeah.
Yes, I stabilized him.
Did you tie him up, or manacle him or anything, or?
I thought we tied him up.
I'm doing that now.
I think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I thought we did.
Just making sure.
I thought
why
We
we were
definitely
gonna
haven't yet because
throw
the
him.
dragon came right away.
Right.
But he can't have come back awake yet. So
I was going to say,
Not at all.
stabilized is a 1d4 plus 1 hours unconscious on a metagame
100%.
level.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think what I did was, that's right, I think what we did was with my med check, I stabilized him and also checked to see how long he was going to be unconscious. And it was it's at least a couple hours until he wakes up.
Yeah, 100%. Right. Yep. And
So-
Stormbringer, you use your rope, you tie him up really good. Yeah.
I forget, did he consent to this or just Arbin?
Tying up.
Well, Charity already specified to him and now begins the light bondage portion of the evening. So he had opportunities to object.
I'll put him by the fire where he'll be warm.
By or in?
And then I would suggest...
Bye!
Okay.
I want to question him. I don't remember why I want to question him because I have a headache, but I want to question him.
Aw.
Okay.
Well, that was before the whole
It's
dragon
a long
thing.
time ago.
So I would suggest that. So I know, Lena, you were having Stormbringer say, "I have a strategy for solving the puzzle." Right around there, either before or after, Burbage would indicate to Stormbringer to maybe pick him up and carry him over to the blue orb to stand with Charity.
Yeah, I'll carry you over.
So now with the insight from Burbage having read Pelitoth of looking at the blue orb, with the fact that the blue orb has a line of arcana magic, etc., is there a check I can make to figure out if this orb has any mechanisms other than touching it? Like, we know that contact activated 2 of the orbs, right? The brown and the white.
Yes. Yeah. Seemingly, the dragon was also very careful to stay about 5 feet away from the orbs when he was moving. So you think even proximity might do it? It's one of those things.
Did he avoid the blue one as well?
No, he seemingly went pretty close to that one.
So, like, he didn't touch it, but he went right by it. But he stayed away from the other one. So it seems like he may not have known the puzzle based on what he said, but he at least knew the effects of failing the puzzle.
Right, yeah.
So, I want to... go on, sorry.
I was just going to throw in and add that the blue orb is the one that Burbage said he saw the grinning shape in the elven face.
Weren't they in all of them, though?
Well, yeah, but it was more pronounced in that one, I think. Now, I think clarify that for us. Could you, Andy?
Yeah, maybe it was the colors, but you could see that face in all of them. You just noticed it more prominently in this one. Whether that's because why that was exactly is mostly metagame. You rolled higher on your perception. You don't exactly know if that's due to the orb itself.
But between that and the fact that Pelitoth looked at this one, it's enough for us to know that this one's special for some reason.
And moved, and didn't seem as nervous about getting really close to it.
Yes, it would seem that.
Maybe we should pick up... Hey, guys, maybe we should pick up Foley and throw him close to the blue orb.
I think we wanted to question him.
Charity's going to pause for a second. On the other hand... It was a white dragon, and if these are all damaging and this one is cold, he wouldn't really give a crap about that. But... So, what kind of check could I make to try to figure out, now that I feel like this one is different from the others?
Yeah.
And I'm also open to, if you are, multiple checks around, like, it mechanically, like, literally its physical presence... Its magical effects, etc., etc.
Right. Give me like an investigation, arcana, history if you're feeling naughty.
What?
So I am now going to be using guidance. So I'm going to cast that. Guidance. It's an amazing cantrip that makes you or people you care about better at things. Use it a lot.
And the sword by Foley goes away.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, is this not concentration?
No, spiritual weapon is busted. No, my telekinesis goes away.
Oh, your telekinesis goes away.
Yeah.
I'll get the sword back.
Yeah, because if Foley wakes up, he's going to meet the sword again. So, investigation first? To sort of look at the physical structure of it.
Okay.
14.
Right. It's hard because this doesn't necessarily physically make sense. That the iron spike that you're not trying to get too close to the orb, so you see the iron spike disappear into the snow. And then above that, it's floating. It just none of this makes sense really from a physical perception point of view to you. and nothing really new.
Okay,
So-
and then Arcana,
Okay, yeah.
the magical side of it.
You're good. 23.
Let's go 26.
With a 26. That thin little thread of Arcana energy, you now notice wraps all the way around the iron spike down into the snow itself. And actually you feel it now beneath your feet as well. That same sort of feeling that you're getting from it seems to run almost along the ground in the snow underneath your feet.
Like in a way that if he wanted to, he could trace it?
Seemingly, yeah. You'd have to dig in the snow a decent amount, but you might be able to trace it, yeah.
I'm impervious to cold. I'm not impervious to cold.
I was going to say, Charity will probably look at you like, could you perhaps dig here? I feel energy from this mechanism running through here.
Yeah, sure. Hikari, can I have my fire sword back to dig?
Yeah, I bring it over to you, and then I walk back to the fire.
Okay.
And I look at Arvin and I shrug and I said, I guess you'll do. And then
Wow.
I don't know, do we have like a tent or something?
He's got a tent.
Yeah. All right, I'll go to the tent. I take
try
him
to
and I
lead
lead
him
to the
away?
tent. Yep.
Holy shit.
I need
You're
to feel
you're
better.
stealing Arbin from Burbage now too.
Oh, I forgot. Well, yeah, I am. I forgot
Hey, you guys, don't
give me
go
a
too
persuasion
far.
roll.
I need to know where you are.
Okay, we're gonna be in the tent.
Give me a persuasion roll.
To see
Why?
you.
With
Yeah.
Arvin?
Yes, with Arvin.
Oh my
Arbin
goodness.
is terrified,
He's
doesn't know what's going on.
floozy.
I thought that would. What did you just call me?
He's no,
He's
he
not
knows
some
he's
Oh, I
floozy.
thought you said he doesn't want to be with a floozy,
No,
and I'm like,
no.
excuse
I'm just
me?
pointing out that he probably hasn't showered in like the whole time he's been on this iceberg, so he's probably
week.
pretty rank.
When-
But if you still want to sleep with him,
You know, whatever. What
just
am I
maybe
doing?
like
What am I-
prestidigitation him a little first.
Jeez.
Prestidigitation for Breeze.
Oh my god.
Quick fail.
Oh no!
Yeah. Hikari,
Love
nobody trusts you anymore. Nobody trusts you.
Arvin doesn't even know me.
He says,
Yeah, that's...
no, thank you. That's very sweet of you, but
Oh, I
Listen.
just walk away.
listen, I just need to.
Do-do-do,
You just walk away.
do-do,
Ah.
do-do.
Hikari,
Actually, I walk
Foley's-
towards his tent, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
sleeping.
is fully still over there.
I walk towards his tent, and I said, I'm sleeping in here tonight. And I
Ah,
get in the
alright.
tent.
There's room for 2 people, and I can't.
Nope.
It's just, all right.
She's
And then Arvin just feels like awkward and bad, and he'll
Good.
even go away from the. That's right there.
Wow.
Okay, so given that everyone that I give a flying fuck about has moved away from it, I'm also going to... Also, that fire actually technically wasn't there once combat had started. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Move the fire
Whatever.
over this way so that it can help with
Gotcha.
melting.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, and I'll start digging where you told me to dig.
And during this, Andy, while Charity's kind of investigating and while Stormbringer's digging, and now that the fire's here, I wonder how much time... I mean, Burbage would naturally, like, he would pull out that elven blade that he discovered
Yeah.
on the dead body, and he would kind of start looking at it and examining it, and kind of, he'll be reflecting on, like, what the fuck did I just do, giving Bright Fang away, but he'll kind of be channeling that into examining this blade.
Right. Okay.
And I don't know
Yeah.
how much time that might take to kind of learn about that sword.
Sure. Yeah. You'll take it. You'll take a. I'll say that as Charity and Stormbringer are uncovering, essentially what I've now revealed on the map, which is that line of Arcana seems to go now to a Charity. What you can tell is a blue and metallic, carved, not carved, but like dented specifically in patterned ways, teleportation circle. and this is about where you
appeared
zapped into, yeah. So that makes sense. Yeah, but you've now kind of uncovered the elements of it. So somehow that blue line of arcana is hooked up to the teleportation circle.
So hey, do you think if we hooked one of the other orbs up, somehow it would change where the circle goes? Like one of them's all deserty, right? I mean, that's not what people said. They said it was like a heat, like a furnace. So maybe it would change, and the other would take us to the sun. And I don't remember what the yellow one does.
The yellow one was the one that gave off the smell of a like a heater turning on.
I thought that was the red one.
No, the red one produced steam/mist.
Oh, so it would take us to a sauna?
So now, Andy, with this, that there is a link to this orb, and the teleportation circle is here. Do any of the other orbs remind me of where we came from?
Not really. I mean, maybe the one that smelled sort of hot a little bit felt like that, the caves with the lava, I guess, but yeah.
But not strongly enough for Charity to be like, oh, okay, this is a location setting. And that's clearly the one, and I guess also, lava doesn't, I don't think, particularly smell like a radiator.
Right.
I imagine there would be some, sulfur smell, and...
Well, and I had said, I/Burbage had wondered if the mist in the red orb was at all, reminiscent of the steam coming off of the, off of the lava, or off of the water by that volcano, or I forget.
Yeah.
Andy, what kind of check can I give you for that sword?
Just investigation, let's say, first of all.
And also, dare I ask, I hate to be presumptuous, but might I have gotten inspiration from how I handled Pelitoth? I'm not sure.
Not necessarily inspiration, as that was an incredibly efficient way to stop that fight. I think it was just amazing roleplay.
Efficient? I don't know.
No, giving up your... Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. Giving up Bright Fang. That gives...
Yeah, I was going to say, it wasn't the talking, it was the personal 100%. Growth and the...
Yeah.
Specifically giving up Bright Fang, I thought was
Yeah.
So that's a 15 investigation on the sword.
All right. So Burbage, in the firelight, you see a beautifully carved elven blade, the hilt of which inlaid with gold, seemingly heads of wolves sort of make up the hilt of this thing. The sword itself has some elven runes inscribed on one side of the blade. And Burbage, it is just impossibly sharp. Almost to the point where you can't even see the edge of this thing. And you sort of wave it into the snow itself, and the snow just, it's like water. There's no resistance. You carve a little bit even into the metal of the teleportation circle before Charity
and here
goes,
we need this 90% sure,
but even that easily sort of scratches it. It is, yeah,
very, very interesting. Yeah, Burbage he'll kind of narrow his eyes at that, because in some of the stories that he heard about Arian getting the Fang, he's remembering now. Wasn't there some vague detail in some of those stories about an impossibly sharp sword?
Yeah. Have you just been walking around with 2 artifacts this whole time?
Not this whole. I mean, that elven blade I just got off of the body here.
Oh, okay. I can remember where you got that.
And Burbage is starting to put things together. But I mean, like, and it's interesting, like, right, just to flag what that that bonus episode really was, and like, I don't want to have it seem like Burbage remembers clearly every detail that was role played in those sessions, but more that like he had a vague kind of, he was recalling them, and the listener gets to see the full flashback kind of. But so for Burbage, it's more like, starting to kind of just put things together in a vague way. Does that work for you?
Yeah, those are the stories you recall, the myths you recall, and
cool.
You recall those details about it. Yeah, perfectly fine. Stormbringer and Charity, you've uncovered this, what Charity sees as a line of like arcana thread, almost impossibly thin. Stormbringer, you can't see it at all, and Charity, you almost feel like you sense it more than see it even. And then you uncover the teleportation circle.
So,
and this is still, again, don't forget, this is incredibly cold, and if you're not getting out of kind of the snow and the elements of the night, probably within an hour or two here, you feel like it's really going to take a toll on you.
People near my tent, by the way. I just don't want Arbin in my tent. And notice I'm calling it my tent.
Yeah.
Charity is going to look over. You're not getting that tent back. Just so you understand.
Don't suppose you have another one on you, do you?
I got one. I've got a tent. I think I've got a tent. Just let me... hold on. I've been distracted by the sword, but you need a tent? Yeah, I've got a tent. I'll go through my things. I've got a big enough tent for both of us, I'm sure.
Burbage, we need a tent. This is so cold out here.
So,
yeah.
Okay, Charity's gonna message into Burbage's head. Making progress on that side quest, I see. And then,
right.
I want to investigate the circle and its relationship to the thread and the orb, if that makes sense.
Sure, yeah.
Would that be
Arcana?
Arcana? Okay.
Yeah.
20? Not now.
20.
The most
so
unnatural.
You're putting together the like magical machine that this seems to be. That doing something, activating the orb somehow, will activate the teleportation circle. The trick now is finding out what is it going to be to activate that blue orb. It does not seem active currently, if that makes sense.
So I would I guess, and let me talk through this and see if this sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
The other orbs, touching them released a burst of magical energy from them that was typed, like light, thunder, etc. This one seems to be connected to the teleportation circle, and it doesn't seem active right now. So I feel like if I activated it, the teleportation circle would activate?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna sort of call over. Hey, Hikari, I might have found something. You can bring your tent with you if you want to taunt Arbin with it.
Well, are you message cantripping me or calling
Shouting.
me?
Shouting.
I shout back, okay.
Thank you.
Do you start packing up?
And I just pack up the tent, can I do it real quick somehow?
You not really. Like these two guys have made kind of a small home here.
Never
like,
mind.
They've carved into the ice underneath the tent to make more room. They have like a bookshelf with several books on it.
I literally just go, never mind.
Okay. And then you start climbing back up the iceberg.
Hey, Stormbringer, could you go grab Foley?
Sure thing. I'll go get Foley.
Okay. Yeah, he is unconscious still. You kind of drag him back. He's pretty heavy, but you drag him back over.
I'm a Goliath.
I know.
I can lift him.
Of course you can lift him, yeah. And then
Not
Akari...
drag, just carry.
Okay, yeah. You carry him fully then. And Akari, you kind of get back over to the group then as well.
Okay.
You're all sort of shivering around the fire.
So, this orb is connected to this, and this is a teleportation circle. The orb isn't currently active. Andy, now that I also know that, does it seem to me like the other orbs also are inactive? And that touching them is activating them? Or in other words, is the active state what they're doing right now, or is the active state the burst of energy?
That you don't know. They're not connected to this thing at all. You did get that sense last time that all of them could either give something off or be active, and those felt like two different situations. So that probably not. Does that make sense?
I got a little lost. Sorry. They could.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah. Yeah, so last time you had looked at them to see each orb sort of had a receiving state, and then a state in which it produced an effect. Those seemed like two different things.
That's an on-off. That's a binary switch.
Yeah. To activate the blue orb, you think it needs to receive something.
Okay.
Not produce like the giant thunder wave.
Yeah. And that what it's going to produce is energy here, basically.
Right.
Yeah. So
but first receive something.
Charity's gonna be like, I don't entirely know what I'm doing, and sorry if I kill us all.
Hey, it's okay.
We'll
all die together, right?
Wouldn't that be ironic that you totally survived the dragon without a fight,
and
Charity kills you all?
And I'm gonna take one of my caltrops and just very gently plink it at the orb.
At which one?
The blue one.
Okay. You throw a caltrop at the blue orb. Tink, tink. Falls into the snow. Nothing happens.
Maybe we need to throw something heavier. I could throw one of these dead bodies.
I don't think so. I'd also checked earlier, Andy, and I remember asking that the orbs seemed like they both could emit magic and receive specifically magic.
Yes. That there is some sort of magical effect, and there is that binary of receiving something or activating something. And it seems like the blue one right now is waiting to receive something, while the others are waiting to activate something. That's about as much as you can tell from all of the arcana machine that is going on here.
Charity, what if we have to hit the other 4 orbs at the exact same time? And then the blue orb will receive that, and then we won't die. I mean, I know risky.
The problem is with that coin flip, if we get it wrong, we're almost certainly totally fucked.
Hey, if it's a coin flip, that means it's a 50-50 shot, and I like those odds.
I'm gonna try something else. And Charity's gonna think for a second.
Yeah.
And hold out a hand towards the orb. And you go, again, before I do this, I must emphasize, very sorry if this is wrong. Be healed. And I'm going to cast Healing Word on the orb.
Interesting. You reach out sort of magically, but you can't latch onto a target, really. it does. You can tell then very quickly this would not affect the orb at all. So you can save that spell slot. It doesn't quite go off.
Okay. So
I'm in the tent, aren't I?
You're not in the tent. No, you're next to the fire.
Oh, I'm just next to the fire. For some reason, I thought I'd still move the tent. Sorry, go ahead, Charity.
do I feel like it was, and I know that this is sort of on the edges of my perception of it, but do I feel like it was something with that spell in particular, or that the orb doesn't receive magic?
That you don't think it can really be targeted very easily with a spell itself. That there's another kind of magic effect that it can receive. But that might be built into the chemistry of the orb itself, which is something only the maker seems to know, or the puzzle itself.
So, this sounds stupid, but I'm really curious. This is Darcy talking. Would I know if, like, dispel good or evil would have any effect on it? Like, if it meant us evil?
You can, give it a shot.
Okay. I didn't know if that was a dumb question.
No, roll it just to see what happens here.
Okay. Sorry, it went to the wrong sheet.
That's more like an area effect thing.
Is this?
Yeah. So which is good. Yeah. It's just it doesn't have to target one specific kind of thing.
Okay, so but I could go buy it and not.
Yeah, and you could probably cast it just from here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Then I'll just do that.
Beautiful.
Wait, that's detect.
Good.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
There's a lot of spells named evil, something evil and good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Action word evil and good. Also, I know they did it for being alphabetical, but my god, it makes my brain break every time it's evil and good. Not good and evil.
Not good and evil. Yeah.
Like, god damn it, we established a word order for that in English.
I know.
That's actually also a self.
Processing.
Yeah. Yeah,
oh, it is?
It's sort of...
That goes on her.
It just allows you to break other enchantments or
so
dismiss
never mind.
things.
So I don't
You can cast it on yourself, and you're sort of reaching out, seeing if there's something you can break or something that you can dispel now. And you do not sense any sort of fey, undead, elemental, fiend, celestial. You don't sense... Wait a second.
Oh, no.
Hold on, let me look something up.
Oh, no.
I love that you made him do, like, the equivalent of a, like, double take. Just, yeah, what?
Nope, okay, good, yep. Nope, you do not sense any of those things.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So they're in the magic, then you tell Charity, this is not, like celestial, evil. Fiend, fey kind of magic. This is... Yeah.
I'm two of those things.
Right, so you do sense Charity's sort of dual nature and as your own as well. Yeah,
you are too.
Yeah, because I'm celestial and fiend. All right, Charity's gonna say one more thought. Because I felt like I couldn't... It almost felt like my targeting slid off the orb, right? Not the spells. It was that's not... There's not a valid target there.
Right.
I'm gonna cast Darkness.
Okay.
That's gonna be on the orb and then on the far side of it. Not us.
Are you gonna touch the orb for that? Or... I don't know if it's a...
Oh, right.
Is it a touch spell like light?
No, range 60 feet.
Oh, okay.
I can just also cast it on something if I want to make that the center of the thing, and then it moves.
All right. So, do you want to use the orb as a thing you cast that on? Because this, you sort of reach out and you do feel you can lock onto it.
I'm gonna skitter out, so I'm not going to be in the range of the darkness. So, like, I'll position everyone so we're not in the range of the darkness. But then, and I think Burbage needs to move back one. But yeah, I'll do that.
All right. You do that, and for Stormbringer and Burbage, you basically just see that the firelight just doesn't penetrate hardly at all on that side, and you no longer see the shimmering moonlight off of the white snow around this orb particularly. Charity, yeah, you think that you cast a spell on the orb, but then nothing seems to be happening. And from this, you're getting that there has to be something that specifically triggers it, not simply magic as a whole.
No? Dismiss and minimize, not cast again. Oh, I actually didn't cast it the first time. Weird.
Yeah. So you dismiss that, and again, the firelight goes out a little bit. You can see the moonlight off of the snow.
Do I feel like it is a... And I'm also perfectly happy to roll this, or you can say I can't tell this.
Sure.
Do I feel like it is a specific thing, or like things, like literally it needs to be this thing? Or do I feel like it needs to be a specific kind of magic? Like, is it that darkness was the wrong magic?
From everything that you've gathered so far, you feel like you're starting to hone in on, again, the mechanical part of the magic. And that is, something will trigger it. That thing will cause the magic effect, but it is itself not necessarily magic. And actually, this is starting to make a little sense to you, because if this is still somehow instructions for delivering ale and alcohol to this guy, probably those delivery people would not have access to anything real fancy. Like, magic.
Well, it seems that we have a couple of choices. It shouldn't be anything too fancy. Casting magic on the orb doesn't seem to do it. Either we need to throw something bigger at it, or I guess we try to hit all 4 orbs at once, but that really seems like there's a decent chance it could kill us.
Hey, but it's fun to gamble, right?
And also, you only know what 2 of the orbs do at this point. You kind of think you can guess what the other ones do, but like the whole weird misty thing, you're not sure what sort of major effect might come from that.
Which ones do we know? We know the brown one causes, like, earthquake stuff?
Thunder, essentially. It's an explosion of thunder, and the white one is an explosion of light.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it shouldn't be anything too fancy. Casting magic on the orb itself doesn't seem to do it, so it has a specific trigger.
Yeah. And if it's truly a riddle, as the sort of language in the snow seemed to suggest, let's test your riddles against mine. there does seem to be some sort of logic to it. Something to figure out still. Rather than just like, oh, a special ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you need a special ring to activate it and nothing else will. This does seem like there's a logic to it. Or you would guess. Unless he's literally a madman and simply just wants to trap everyone here. In which case...
With a hungry dragon.
With a hungry dragon. Yeah.
Andy, how do you feel about me table talking? Because Stormbringer can't figure shit out, but Lena can actually kind of solve riddles sometimes.
That's fine. Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
in Discord, but maybe I should do it out
you're
loud
good.
also.
How about Lena? Yeah, suggest a couple things, and we'll imagine that Charity and Burbage are coming up with it, or perhaps Arbin. Or yeah,
I don't know. Stormbringer occasionally has bursts of good direct insight.
Yeah. No, she says them, but it's Lena. It's not Stormbringer. It's just like Lena saying them in Stormbringer's voice, which I know is everything. But anyway. So I think we have 3 options here. I think it's either hit all the orbs at once, hit the orbs in a specific order, or hit one orb. And I am struggling with how to determine which we need to do. I think we might need to try to determine what the 2 orbs that we don't know yet, what they do first, before we try to completely figure that out. I am leaning towards either hit all the orbs at once or hit them in a specific order, because that seems more like fun storytelling than just getting lucky about hitting one orb.
Well, and that would also make sense because we've seen a lot of frozen to death adventurers here, right? So it shouldn't be something that you could just dumb luck your way into.
Right.
It should be harder than that, because also, and again, going back kind of that theme, I'm also distinctly playing Charity, who is a very slow, methodical thinker here. It doesn't seem like if it's just, oh, tap this orb, then off you go. So that makes sense to me that it shouldn't be that. I agree with we should probably find out what the effects are.
Okay.
And I guess the other thing that I was going to say is, did I get any sense that there was a linear scaling to the release of energy? Or was it a sort of cut point?
With your Arcana, yeah, you feel like it only has like one setting for how intense the effect would be.
Well, I more meant, could I like learn a little bit more of what the effect generally is by getting closer without turning it all the way on? Because like the white orb, for example, glowed when I got closer to it, but did it glow more intensely as I got closer still? Or
a little bit, yeah, until you got within about not quite within 5 feet of it. Yeah, each of those you've gotten about as close as you can get to produce that tiny effect. The sort of hot smelling thing over here, and then the odd sort of mist over here. Anything closer you think is going to trigger the full effect. But,
I'll
no range in between, really.
I'd relate that it doesn't seem like there's any way to do them more than we've already seen in our investigations and less than whatever the fuck happens. So light, thunder, some sort of mist or cloud.
Oh.
And then heat.
Right. Mist, clouds. What do those do? They obstruct your vision, right? Sight, and thunder, sound, right? Wait, which one did?
And then the other one smelled.
We have the light one. That's the one we.
Light is light.
Bright one. Yeah.
So that's
it blinded us. It was so bright.
Oh, so that's the vision one. What I'm thinking about senses, right? Five senses, 5 orbs, right? Maybe.
Not
Blue,
it. Not
cold,
it for licking
touch.
one of them.
And we smelled that smell with the yellow one. We didn't smell anything with the others. But what does this mean? I don't even know if I'm right.
Or is it the fact that a cloud could block the light? Or is it... If I look at that sort of weird mist again, does it look like a cloud? Sort of? Like a sphere of...
No, it's almost as if something is trying to form the closer you get to it. And it's not quite congealing. It's just sort of swirling almost on the edge of being something solid, almost. It doesn't quite, disperse or is billowy like a cloud, really.
Does the description of lightning, thunder, and heat, do those seem accurate for what we have gleaned from the orbs so far, or is it more just bright light, loud noise, heat smell?
It's all in how you interpret it, probably. I think both are somewhat accurate.
Did Stormbringer say anything about...
This is all Lena. Stormbringer's just standing there with her mouth half open.
Can we hit them? Let's just break them.
So, okay, I've been typing this in Discord, but the way Galway described it is there's kind of a logical progression with the way he's describing the orbs, but I don't know if that's actually how the orbs are meant to be interpreted, right? I don't know if, especially with what Andy just said with the cloud thing not being, more being like something trying to form out of mist. So it's less of a logical progression of acts and more of a, I don't know. I kind of just want to hit them all at once.
Because of lightning, thunder, heat.
Yeah.
But this one could be Galway or Charity. The last thing we saw before we were transported here was a blinding flash of light. Right, Andy?
Indeed. Which is not uncommon of teleportation itself. Charity would sort of know that can be kind of a byproduct, especially over great distances.
And I was also just thinking of then, to bear this out, because we're kind of in a murky middle zone between players and characters here. Because Charity would probably catch on to that and then think, did we have in our path through those caves analogs to the rumbling, the something forming out of mist, and the smell?
And I don't think we did.
Not exactly. There was like a mention of like steam on the bay, a little bit of steam coming up from the lava. Nothing really rumbled. Nothing was incredibly bright, though there was certainly a lot of heat. But yeah, you're having a hard time matching an analog there.
So, this is supposed to be a riddle. right? So if we like distill them to their essence element, whatever those would be for them, is there a commonly accepted order that these essence elements appear in? Like people always say north, south, east, west, right? People never say south. I can't even do it. God.
It depends on the language, but yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there something like that for them? Or should we just hit them all at once?
Cardinal directions? Or...
Right.
Yeah. And I guess...
not that you see.
And I guess here's the other thing that I would say Charity might think of. The blue orb seems different, right?
Yes.
If we eliminate that and think about them as a set of 4...
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, no,
yeah, like cardinal directions.
Cardinal directions, but is there anything else, and this is actually... I'm kind of asking because I could see this from, like, something I would do in DMing, and I'm not sure. Am I getting anything for, like, those colors or those quasi-elements that I'm thinking of if I think of light and, sound, etc., in anything in the world? Maybe associated with either nature, because I know he's a druid, or the Temple of Rin, because he was a high priest.
Sure.
I guess. Crazy asshole. They just let anyone be a fucking priest. Yizak's a murder hobo, and...
Yeah, give me a history check. Thinking back on kind of Izrak and the symbology of the things he's involved with.
9.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. The bright light being white, I guess, makes some sense. Yeah, maybe if you knew what the others were, it would form something better for you. But with a 9, you can't quite grasp any real symbology from the things you know about him currently.
You cut out entirely there.
Yep, I just somehow muted myself. I'm unmuted now. Something trying to form out of Mr. Cloud's loud noise, bright light, heat smell.
I love how we're naming that last orb. Heat smell.
Heat smell. I mean, yeah.
Could it be like the 4 elements?
That's what I was like trying to get at. Can you get it at that? Get it to that?
I think that's what it is, because like, okay, let me go through them again. Cloud would be air, lightning would be... What would lightning be, though?
Well, thunder could be earth.
Thunder could be earth. Lightning could be fire.
Red could be water because of mist. Right?
So
evaporate
in there, though.
Yellow would be fire, red would be water, probably because of the mist. The bright light would be air, if we're going off of the Greek for, and the earthquakes could be the ground.
Yeah. Heat could be fire? I don't know. I just feel like it has something to do with that, but because
you know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what, Hikari? I completely agree, and I think we're making progress with this puzzle. And I also want to point out that we also heard a ticking noise earlier around all the orbs. Tick, 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 almost like tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah, maybe we only have so long.
Yeah, a reminder of time passing, and I'm just working my way up to Adam suggesting that maybe we take a break.
Yeah,
yeah, I like it.
And
because time is passing.
And Galway going, smoothage. Smooth.
Smooth bitch. I love it. Yes. Why don't we go ahead and take a break here? Go to the bathroom, get something to eat, and we will return momentarily.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Hey everyone, we're back. We're back. We're having a good time. Somehow our dragon fight night has already concluded with a brilliant. And I say that cheekily because I am so excited about how that concluded. If it's even a conclusion, it's more just a postponement, perhaps.
Yeah.
I love all of this, and now we are desperately trying to figure out a horrific, terrible riddle developed by this horrible madman Israk Devere in order to keep everyone but delivery people from his place of residence. Such a devious riddle. I love it. So let's jump back in to go to Dragon's Fates of Ren. What is it that you were doing? You were all trying to figure out what the pattern might be, what the logic of this was. Charity did an amazing job trying to figure out the actual mechanical aspects of the magic here. And now you're mostly trying to figure out what is it we can do to the blue orb to activate it and transport everyone away.
I have one more question.
Please, yes.
We heard a ticking sound as Adam fade away to break reminded us.
Yes.
Do we hear it from all 5 orbs, or only from the 4 not blue orbs?
No, yeah, you only hear it from the 4 not blue orb. So the blue one you don't quite hear that from. It doesn't seem to be currently doing anything.
So I see.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Sorry, it's almost as if it's in stasis, where the others are sort of actively doing something.
So I see 3 options here. We can hit all the orbs. We can hit the 2 orbs that we don't know what they do yet. Probably not at the same time. Or we can go on a digging adventure and see if we can find the clockwork mechanisms that's running this shit. Because if there's clockwork noise, there's probably clockwork mechanisms, right?
Yeah, but what if we dig through to the dragon's lair?
Well, he's our buddy now, right?
Yeah, he's our buddy.
Or not food for the moment.
So, one other question, which was a really good point, and I think this would probably occur to Charity.
Yes.
This was... Sorry, you were... I was trying to form this sentence correctly. Charity got the feeling there can't be anything that requires, like, a special person to be able to do this. Like, all of Israk's booze cannot be being delivered by 15th level clerics. Like, right. You don't have to cast a fucking Hallow spell to get out of here.
Right.
But, conversely, this puzzle is presumably survivable by someone who is not, like, a level 10 plus adventurer. Meaning...
Also true, yeah.
This is sort of off of a comment where we were remembering that, like, the thunder damage, as much as it was scary and it summoned a fucking dragon, didn't actually hurt us that much. It would have killed a commoner dead. Like, all 10 of their HP would have been gone.
Right. 100%.
So, the right answer cannot involve us getting hurt. Or should not involve us getting hurt.
Right, it seems like if you know the answer to this riddle, it is not going to hurt you.
And that's the thing, is that, you know, as far as we can tell, we the characters and we the players, I guess, we did everything exactly right with the instructions in the cave. We did we touched the right bag, I think, and we ended up here. So it seems like this is where deliveries are supposed to go. And according to that letter to Devere that we have,
yeah,
it did reference something about, of course, your special instructions have been withheld per your request.
Yes.
So it seems like those special instructions would have been basically the instructions to solve this riddle. That might all be completely obvious to everybody else, but just put it all out on the table.
Right. It does make sense now that you think about that. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what that means, but
all right, folks. The fire, even though it's as hot as it can be, is not staving off the cold around you. It is.
I can go for a rousing
really
fireball.
It is getting, yeah, certainly good. It is getting into your bones at this point. It is. Your fingers are numb. They're having a hard time grasping a fist.
Can I just do an intelligence check and see if Burbage solves the riddle?
Yeah, sure. 21. Ooh, just shy.
Yeah, it wasn't even a 21. It was the 12.
It was a 12.
So does a 12 work?
It didn't matter.
Nope. Sorry.
Charity's gonna sort of go, we should find out what the other two do, and then if there's no obvious pattern after that, we just try all four.
Sounds good.
I'm
All
cold
right,
as
hold on
hell.
1 second. Let me help. Sorry, let me help get Darcy back online here. Hold on 1 second. Technical.
Sure thing. Monty does have a very good idea in Twitch chat.
Yeah, no, and I saw that, and I've been trying to think of that. I've just haven't been able to figure out how backwards.
Yeah, I mean, the best I can think. I mean, wait, is there a like common order to lightning and thunder?
Yeah, I mean,
I forget what it is.
lightning comes slightly before thunder, right?
Yes.
And heat would come before steam.
That's what I was saying. Well,
Yeah.
wait. Okay, so we could. So I was viewing heat as coming from the lightning striking. So it'd be lightning, thunder, heat. Except the thunder and the heat would happen almost instantaneously, almost at the same time. And I was viewing the steam as a cloud, but then Andy said it was more like something forming in the mist, and now it doesn't really fit with anything. But heat would come before steam. So,
Especially, I mean,
heat
heat, like
steam
specifically,
and lightning and thunder. I don't know how they connect to each other.
Yeah. Well, thunder, lightning causes heat, and then heat causes steam, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, usually that type of heat causes smoke, but maybe it's smoke.
Well, and it's not really steam. It's like mist.
Right.
I love how this is like a DM's gone. Let's table talk kind of situation. As if Andy doesn't let us engage in some table talk anyway. Heat can come before a storm too.
Well, and I think
says
that
Monty.
Kind of the point that I would also have is maybe if we activate the other two, we'll at least nail down what they are, which might make a pattern clearer.
Yeah, 100%. I think that seems smart from the characters' perspectives, for sure. As well as from ours.
I kind of just want to troll and dig down through the island and see how deep we can get before we find the dragon or a clockwork mechanism. But that's Lena speaking, not good role-playing speak. But sometimes it's fun to just derail shit, right?
Yes.
Andy kind of deserves it also, because he always derails shit when he's playing.
I mean, I can say
Whoops, everyone, pretend like you're a bag.
Shh,
Pretend like you're a bag.
Be cool.
Okay, speak so that she can hear you.
I can hear you.
Can you hear
Okay.
us?
Speak so that she can hear us.
Yeah.
Is everything good?
Yes.
I think we're good. Okay.
I still have an echo with me.
All right. While you were gone, Andy, we solved the puzzle and we teleported back to the cave. So
Yeah.
sweet.
Just went out.
Wait, you went to
you
the
can
cave?
update. Yeah, you can update the Roll20 page.
Okay. I'll just update. Okay.
Yeah, well, you can listen to it
yeah.
later.
I'll listen to it later. Figure out what you guys did. Okay. No. Why don't you go ahead and solve the puzzle now, though?
All right. Well, Burbage will definitely agree with. Was it Stormbringer said that, or Charity said that we should try to figure out what the other two do? So Burbage will, I guess, suggest, hey guys, I agree that we should find out what the yellow and red orbs do. I could fire a crossbow at one of them. What do you think?
Sounds good. I can fire my, I think I have a longbow?
All right.
Did Stormbringer just say
Yeah.
that? Like,
Yeah, yes, it
gotta
did.
have a and then stand there.
I can fire my longbow at one.
Cold
at the
is
same
getting to
time.
you. Yeah.
Stormbringer
Alright.
should fire at the one that smells vaguely like heat because she also has an easier time dealing with the heat.
Okay,
Also,
I was
God, I
kinda
hope it
thinking
produces
Burbage would
warm.
stand by me, because if I'm mad when I'm firing, I can give him my resistance to fire, and everybody else except Arbin and Foley are resistant to fire already.
Burbages?
If he stands by me when if I'm raging.
Oh, I feel you. Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's do that. We don't have to do it at the same time. All right, let's do you first.
Oh God,
You
no!
come
Let's
over,
not do it
stand-
at the same time.
No, you stand by me so I get your fire resistance. I can't believe we've been family for as long as we have, and I had no idea that that was a feature of your abilities.
I literally told you when I leveled.
Oh, did you? I don't really listen to people. All right, let's do it. I'm kidding.
Actually,
I listen to people.
And anyone within 10 feet of me will get the resistance, so we can protect Foley and Arbin too, I guess, if they want to stand near me.
Hooray, protecting Foley.
Or lie. Unconscious near you. Yeah.
Charity will
All
sort
right.
of roll him so that Foley is in range of Stormbringer.
Okay, so Burbage is standing within range of me. He's not right now, but
No,
let's
he's
say he is. And I'm gonna shoot
thought we'd,
at
like-
the.
Move over there. You're standing over here? Okay.
I have a longbow.
It's a completely stationary, largish, glowing orb.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not going to
really,
be
we
hard to
could
hit.
just back away from it for quite a while before I fired if we wanted to. Maybe we should. No, and I'm gonna fire at it now, I guess. Unless you want me to back away. Do you guys want to back away?
No.
No? Okay,
All right.
firing.
I'm just hoping that
Yeah,
orb
you got
produces
this.
some
Bang,
form
bang.
of warmth.
All right, Stormbringer, you shoot the arrow. Ting, 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 ting. And at this, seemingly from like 4 different sides of the orb, you see like billowing a giant greenish yellow gas that is very quickly rolling toward you. It overtakes all of you, and it's swirling around. You're getting lost in the fog of this thing. It smells so horrible. Just rancid corpse with too old yogurt. It is
Wow.
horrific. And I needed you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Against poison?
Against poison, yes.
I'm just,
All right, I have advantage because of stout resilience.
I'm just super
I
trying
got
to
13.
process that Andy is equating a corpse with old yogurt.
No, it's a corpse that has old yogurt.
12.
Yeah.
I have to
And
load back into Roll20.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Hikari rolled a 17.
Yep.
And I suspect also that Charity would be trying to concentrate on if he sees any effect in the blue orb.
Okay. And Burbage rolled a... Okay. Beautiful. All right. Charity, Burbage, and Stormbringer, please take 13 poison damage.
Huh.
As each of you starts to get wary, your Charity, your eyes are focused on the blue orb, and the smell is so horrible. You all start to lose consciousness almost.
Great.
And in fact, you then wake up to Hikari sort of slapping your face a bit. Hikari, you took 6 damage.
What does it
poison.
mean? What does it mean that I have resistance against poison damage?
You take half of that.
So 6.
Yes. So yeah, Stormbringer, Hikari, Charity, Hikari and Arbin are both kind of waking each of you up then as the gas has dissipated now. So you took a little bit of damage there, and it seemed like you passed out, but you were quickly woken up again.
Well, that was weird. I expected it to be warm because it was a heat smell, but I guess maybe rancid bodies smell like heat when you can't smell them very well.
Not in my experience, but...
I mean, yeah.
So that was poison, and definitely an odor, and we fell asleep.
And what? And we fell asleep?
Yeah. So one of them blinded. Did the Thunder one deafen us?
Yes, it did for Stormbringer for a bit there.
So types of damage. Thunder damage. Poison damage. Are there other types of damage?
The other one, so I'm going to sort of turn to Arbin. Did you feel that the light hurt you or just blinded you?
No, it was searing. The pain, it was quite intense. The light, it almost burned our eyes, it seemed.
Would that be radiant damage?
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Charity knows a bit
similar
about it.
from Radiant.
Well,
I could see that. Or rather not see anymore.
Nice one, Arbin. Can't wait till we reflect on that joke later in my tent.
As you kind of maybe got a little close to Arbin, Stormbringer was right. He hasn't been able to bathe or anything in the last few months. And all of a sudden, yeah, you can't really... Actually, he doesn't smell at all right now to you, Burbage.
Arbin, you stopped smelling like yogurt.
Thank you?
I mean, I personally think yogurt tastes good, but I guess some people don't like it.
That's sort of weird. Burbage, you stopped smelling like pickles, too. I can't smell you.
Each of the orbs
you just had a faint pickle odor.
Ever so faint.
Each of the orbs takes a sense. The brown are hearing, the white are vision, the yellow are smell.
So, what do we think the red one's gonna be, you guys? Do you want me to shoot it?
God, I do not want to discover what effect takes away my sense of taste.
Well, it could also be touch, right? Those are the 5 senses.
All over numb
4
doesn't seem that much
How
better.
many senses are there? 7? 7 senses?
5.
in this world, maybe.
Well, that's true. I mean, what is dark vision and true sight? Let's go with 5 plus.
But yeah, blindside, heat. There's one more orb, yeah, that you don't know what it does.
Do we need to figure out what that orb does, or is it enough for us to know that it has to do with either conditions or, whatchamacallit, those things you just said? Senses.
It's not enough! And I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and fire a crossbow bolt at the red one.
Okay.
All right, you fire a crossbow bolt at the red orb, and a hand appears, catches the arrow in midair, drops it in front of you, and then dissipates back into kind of a mist.
What the fuck?
The hand appeared in the orb, like out of the smoke?
No, outside of the orb, just in front of the orb.
What?
And then the hand dissipated.
Yeah.
Was the hand made out of mist?
What did it look like?
Or did it seem like a physical hand?
For just a second, it seemed to be that mist that as the arrow got closer, it formed into an actual hand that caught it and then dropped it and then dissipated.
What the fuck does that mean, guys? This is the worst riddle ever. I hate this.
Maybe we were wrong and it is just one orb and we need to figure out how to fuck with the red orb.
Do you feel any effects from that, Burbage?
Hold on, let me check. Do I?
No, you didn't. Yeah, it didn't affect you at all. It just caught the air.
Did it affect anybody? I feel like the way you said you was odd and...
No, yeah. Everyone kind of takes stock. Didn't affect anyone, no.
So...
It seemed to affect an arrow, but that's it.
So it's... Oh.
I'm going to throw a snowball at it.
It tries to catch the snowball in its hand, and it just kind of goes to mush. And it kind of shakes just a little bit and then dissipates again.
Did the arrow land? How far away from the orb did the arrow land? Or the crossbow bolt?
Just in the ground, right here.
Can I go and try to touch it and still stay within 5? Or stay far enough away from the orb? Yeah.
As you get close again and are reaching for the arrow, you see this kind of mist in front of your face kind of start to form. And now now that you're sort of expecting a hand, you can almost see kind of fingers forming just slightly. But you grab the arrow then and pull it back and nothing happens.
Does it feel any way to me?
Nope.
No change in temperature,
you weren't affected by it at all. No.
But the arrow, the bolt itself.
The bolt doesn't feel different.
The bolt doesn't feel any way. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
All right, I put that back in my inventory, my bolt case.
Gotcha.
So is there a kind of magic or a kind of damage that hand materializing sort of represents?
Y'all, I want to try to shake hands with the hand. Can I do that?
I was going to suggest something similar.
Yeah.
I'm good to it, you guys. If I die, you guys have to kill yourselves. Okay?
All right.
Because we all go together. Deal?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
Awesome.
Yep, absolutely. Burbage is
Cherry,
making
can I
eye
get a
contact
yes?
with Akari.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I were to say yes, I would be the only one who means it.
Yeah, Burbage is like
So-
making eye contact with Akari, like, I'm not going to do that.
I just want to say I don't want to do that either.
I don't
She's not
care about
talking
you,
to you.
Marvin. I don't give a shit about you.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
damn,
include
okay.
you.
I don't give a shit about you.
that's all right. Okay,
Poor Arvin.
I'm fine.
All right, Stormbringer, go and try to arm wrestle the hand.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Hey, arm wrestle me, hand! Then I'm
All
gonna
right.
walk within.
When you say that, your tattoo glows. It's purple across your arm. As you go up to it, you reach out. You see a hand form again, and it briskly shakes your hand, and then pulls back a second and slaps you across the face.
Hey, first of all, fuck you. That's not in the rules of arm wrestling. Second of all,
Please take
grasp my
one.
hand.
Please take 1 damage
What?
from the hand as it pulls away and sort of dissipates in the middle of the air. Your face, like where it slapped it, just feels completely numb.
like normal, like it just slapped really hard, or like numb, like I'm losing my sense of touch?
Where it slapped you, they both are kind of similar. Yeah.
No,
God
no, they're not.
damn it,
Andy, have you
Andy,
ever been
that's not
slapped in your life?
Fucking helpful.
Yeah.
Darcy, slap him.
He's about to be.
I've certainly been slapped.
Slap a Bama.
I did slap
On
him once
stage.
because he scared me.
They're not
Yeah,
similar,
it's-
Andy.
It's
So
it's
much
like
Yeah, they're not at
it's
all.
like that hot fiery feeling from the slap that when you sort of feel it with your hand feels more numb than normal.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, bad news, you guys. It didn't arm wrestle me. Good news! I'm losing feeling in my face.
As you turn
We
around
have
to say
radic-
that, the hand just like forms again on your other side and smacks you upside the head.
Hey,
Take
Orb!
one more hit point
asshole.
of damage.
Hey, Orb, that's one slap a day. One slap a day for Stormbringer.
Did you say another 1 point of damage?
Yes, another 1 point of damage, please.
I like how you could be raging and manage to continue rage with this and take no damage. You could just stand there taunting the orb eternally.
Okay, well, it's not gonna arm wrestle me because it's an asshole, you guys.
And again, you
Um,
get that sort of numb feeling then on the side of your head. It kind of copped you in the ear, basically, that time.
But yeah, it's making it makes the spots it touches on me numb, so I guess it is touch.
So, sight, sound, touch, smell. I really didn't want to have to lick an orb.
Come on, as soon as you said that, you knew that was how this was going to end.
No, hey, I can lick it.
I was gonna say I've never
Hey,
licked an orb
Charity,
before.
get the fuck away from it, because you could get hurt. Seriously. I've got this.
Stormbringer, you just licked a rock
What?
just a few hours ago.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that at all.
People keep convincing you to lick things.
When the fuck did I lick a rock? For real?
That gray
Yeah.
guy suggested that you lick a rock, and you did to try to
Oh,
taste its
yeah.
magics.
Hey, no, maybe that's part of the clue. Shit, you guys.
Yeah,
What
maybe.
else did he say about licking things?
We'll talk about it after you lick the orb. Go for it, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna step within 5 feet of it.
All right. Nothing happens as you step within 5 feet.
I'm gonna lean down and lick it.
Stormbringer, you get the most amazing sensation of... It's like a fruit you've never quite tasted before. It's a blueberry, but it's got a citrusy tang.
The snozberries taste like
It's a
snozberries.
damn snozberry. And then as that taste sort of fades, your tongue kind of feels a little large, a little numb, perhaps not tasting even the inside of your mouth anymore. And the rest of you see Stormbringer disappear in a blue light. And then
She's gone!
a blue blinding light encompasses the entirety of your vision.
I feel like
And-
as we fade out, Burbage hears Charity's voice. Well, I never thought I'd be an angel kicking someone directly in the crotch, but here we are.
It's Burbage kills himself. He thought Stormbringer's dead, so he killed himself. I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening right now, but it's too late. Burbage stabbed himself with that elven blade. That would be tragic.
So it would be.
It would be tragic.
Oh,
Oh, if
I'm
only we had
giant.
waited a second.
Yeah.
for our giant.
We'll need wait a second.
All right.
Are we... Oh, map is just much smaller.
Yes.
I was like, why are we all giant? That was the opposite of the way I was expecting us to go, because I thought that like the quarters were the squares.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. You now, as the brilliant blue light sort of fades, it fades into another deep darkness, lit only by a firelight ahead of you. A sort of light swirling blue mist then settles on the floor around you in a very distinct pattern that Charity again recognizes as a teleportation circle. The walls around you are not blistering cold, and in fact your skin almost feels on fire as the normal warm air is suddenly just all around you.
Oh, thank the gods, except that one in particular.
You are now transported into a hallway. About 20 feet up ahead, there's a set of doors that go right, and a set of stairs that go up into some doors.
So I look at the ground at Foley. I mean, I guess he's on the ground, right?
Yeah.
He's tied up.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn it. Now the dragon doesn't have anyone to eat. I wanted to leave him.
Akari, why do you care about the dragon? You don't care about anybody.
Oh, snap.
Burbage walks away.
You, like, really level-eyed.
Ooh.
Interesting.
So, folks,
Guys.
what would you like?
We solved it.
Yes, we solved it, Stormbringer. But
Through
what?
licking and arm wrestling.
Yeah, through licking and arm wrestling. Well done.
It's gonna be the new strategy.
Charity looks simultaneously incredibly pained and actually almost like battle mode enraged. The man is an idiot. The man is a fucking idiot.
What do you mean? It was a good riddle. It took us a lot of time, and we had to lick things and try to arm wrestle things. It was a fun riddle.
Can someone pick up the asshole?
Yeah, I'll carry him. I'll
Thank
pick
you.
Foley up.
Please be careful with him. He still looks a bit fragile, and I've definitely got questions for him when he wakes up.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, don't we
That's
all?
where you're going with that. I was gonna be like, why the fuck do you care? But you're right, I've got questions too, Arben. Right, you are.
Hey, Arben,
Okay.
since Stormbringer's carrying Foley, maybe I could ride you.
I mean, I guess. Why is everyone laughing at that? I suppose. Are your legs numb? You are.
Yeah, because I was standing
Yeah,
waist
buried
deep in
snow.
snow
Yeah.
for so
what,
long.
what else?
So
What else
Yeah.
below your waist is numb, Burbage?
Please tell me
Yeah.
Stormbringer said that.
Yes.
Charity's gonna sort of like tap her on the shoulder.
that's why I'm riding him and not the other way around.
That's fine, Burbage. Hop on, it's cool. Can sit on
Cool.
my backpack. Yeah.
All right.
A few of the
Charity's
dead
not coming.
bodies had also sort of teleported with you.
Wait, are you leaving me to carry him? Because he's going to stay in this hallway.
No, Stormbringer
No,
was
Stormbringer
grabbing
has
him.
Yeah.
I
Wait.
can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw...
Yeah.
okay,
yeah.
I saw everyone leaving and I was like, what?
No, that's good. Yeah.
No, we just sort of established verbally
I got
that
it.
Stormbringer is carrying Foley and we don't need to fuck around
Yeah.
with the token too much.
Yeah, I got it. All right, you're moving slowly down the hall. There's a door on your right, double doors, ornately carved, seemingly.
You mean ahead of us?
Yes, seemingly
Okay.
just to your right now here. Seemingly depicting what looks to be a goddess, beautifully displayed, a large halo around her head, a staff in one hand, a hammer in the other. Charity especially, but the others of you probably recognize this as one of the many depictions of Rin.
Burbage would have seen like similar depictions of Rin in Diefield, right? Like in Theodric's house.
Yes, probably. Yeah.
Would
I mean, I remember that explicitly. You describing
right,
that,
and Fredero as well. Yeah, it's
sure.
quite common.
Do we hear anything anywhere?
Give me a perception check, please.
Just a spite. 6.
Yeah, 6. You're having trouble. The wind from the cold is still kind of burning in your ears. It's hard to concentrate and listen. Burbage with a 19. How did you get a 19 when you rolled
right?
Two totally different?
Right?
You rolled a 9? What the? Whatever. I don't care.
I looked at that, looked at the roll results, looked back, and I'm like, no?
Whatever. With a 19, you do not hear anything in the next hall, no. Or whatever it is. You don't know.
Anywhere.
And through the doors, you hear nothing. Yeah.
So, should I open the doors, you guys? I don't know if they're trapped, but I have resistance to fire. No one's responding.
I was just looking at the
sure
directions
Okay,
for a
Hikari
second.
said yes, that's a 1, so I'm gonna open the doors.
Go ahead. It's fine.
All right.
I'm opening the doors.
All right. You open the doors.
What's that?
You now see a somewhat large cavern lit by 2 burning sconces on the walls. To the right side of the cavern, it appears there's a large black hole where a pit seems to be. There are circular kind of curved stairs that lead up to 2 more double doors. And on the very far end of the cavern are 2 more double doors. But you also see a robed figure slumped on the stairs itself.
Slumped how? Like, describe the body posture. Like, laying down?
Like,
or
kind of, yeah. Kind of like almost you would imagine it's asleep on the stairs.
Okay, or dead. Okay, cool.
Does
we got people, you guys, or person.
Also, describing that, does it look like a humanoid figure?
Yeah. It's got it's a long robe, but you can see 2 arms, kind of a head shape.
A head-like shape.
walk in the room.
Okay. Hikari goes right in.
And I'm going to walk over a little bit to the shape.
All right. Move yourself where you'd like.
And then I yell, "Hey! What's going on?"
Aubin, I'm used to being much close to the action. Get me over there.
All right. He'll walk over as well.
What happens?
Nothing, actually.
Okay. I draw my sword.
All right.
And activate it.
Okay.
And then
you slice a little bit of your arm. Some of the blood pools on your sword, and it begins to blacken around the edge.
And then I go over as far as I need to, and I poke him with the sword.
As you get there, the figure immediately pops straight up.
Of course it does.
Not even lifting itself off the ground. It pops off the ground, straight up in the air.
Ooh.
Its hood falls back. You see a wooden face painted with red circles.
Is this a
blue
fucking
lines.
puppet?
The wooden head cocks to the side.
I knew it.
Hello there. Welcome to Isractive Ears. What can I do for you?
I do not like this.
I love it. I love it.
I feel like the last time I was addressed by someone in that tone, they were asking me how many people were being seated in my party.
Sorry about that. Don't get to talk to many people here.
Yeah, that's probably because of the riddle and the starving dragon and all of that shit.
It's kind of a dick move if you want to talk to people, right?
Did the dragon tell you he was starving? He's not fucking starving. He eats whales. Lots of them.
Oh, okay. Well, he didn't actually say he was starving. We just kind of assumed. We shouldn't make assumptions, right? I guess that's
Hungry,
my stupid
not
thought.
starving.
Assumptions make an ass out of you and me. Please don't do
So,
that.
Yeah.
call yourself an ass?
Did you call me an ass?
No, I think you called you an ass.
All
I
right.
think I
Okay.
did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Calm
Where's
down.
Israk?
All right. We're here because we have a delivery for Israk Devere. Could you direct us to him, please?
Totally, that would be great. Hold on 1 second, and the figure crumbles to the floor.
Okay.
Did he?
Just start looking around the room, like walking around the room. Like maybe he's going to tell him somehow?
I think he's like an
Give us any
answering
more
machine or
information.
something, right, you guys? So he'll just
Yeah.
buzz him. Buzz.
Akari, as you walk around the room, you do see over here a large black pit that goes down and down and down, far past your dark vision.
I back up.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Smart.
Double doors on the other side, doors at the top.
Do you think we should open the other double doors in case we need an out? Ah!
The figure stands up and whips over to you.
Ah!
Hi, please don't open any doors. We'll open them for you, thanks. Crumbles to the ground.
Freakiest thing I so much.
He'll open it for us,
Okay.
thanks. That's weird. Hey,
There's doors up
hey,
here too, right?
puppet thing, will you arm wrestle me?
There's no response.
I don't like it, you guys. It's weird.
I agree. This is quite weird.
Arbin, you're weird.
I bet you like it weird, don't you, Arbin? Bet you like it real weird.
Fuck, Burbage.
Charity's gonna look at Burbage. I need you to dial that back by at least 15%.
Like,
Yeah,
getting a
like-
little sexual harassy there.
Like seriously, is there any one of you fucking people that doesn't want to fuck me?
I don't want to fuck you.
Charity
Raise your hands.
Charity
Raise your
will-
hands.
Charity will
if you
raise a
don't wanna
hand.
Fuck me.
I raise my hand. I don't want to fuck you,
All right.
dude.
From now on, I'm gonna talk mostly to you two.
Okay.
Charity's also gonna go, however, you might be concerned that I don't believe the puppet raised his hand. Nor Foley.
Foley's unconscious. He can't.
Hi guys, still here? Hold on 1 second.
Do you want to fuck Arbin?
Crumbles to the ground.
Fuck.
I'm sure he'll answer it when he gets back.
Okay, good.
Arbin, it's not that I want to fuck you. It's more like I want you to fuck me. Wait, that doesn't make it better, does it?
Burbage, again, getting kind of sexual harassy.
Look, I'm not his employer. I'm just somebody who's riding him round on
You
his
can
back.
sexually harass people who you're not employing. What the
Right,
fuck?
That's That's a very good point.
As Burbage realizes
God.
this truth, the doors open at the top of the stairs.
Oh my god.
Okay. I start walking in.
I'm gonna sort of tap the puppet. Please tell me that
Oh,
I go
God,
this way to get away from this conversation.
You can go any way you want to go away from a conversation, but I suggest you go through these doors.
Why? Is
I
this
think
right?
there's more fucking puppets in here.
Oh, good.
Do you
That's
guys
what it is.
need anything in particular, or have I done my job as a welcome puppet?
Can you arm wrestle me?
Sure can.
Also, do you want to fuck Arbin?
He crumbles to the ground.
Wow, okay, rude. He's not a good welcome puppet, and I don't like him.
Is Arbin still carrying me around, or did he set me down?
He set you down now, yeah. I assume Stormbringer you're still
Oh,
carrying full.
Poor
Yeah, I'm still carrying
Arbin.
around.
A couple of people would have sex with him. Boo hoo.
Oh, they're getting worse, everybody.
Yeah,
Maybe
they
it's-
are.
Better.
These puppets look fucking weird. Andy, did you design these?
Shut up. You go into a room with large oaken tables that are set very low to the ground. Small chairs. Honestly, Burbage, you feel pretty at home here. Covered across these large oaken tables are manuscripts, bottles, beakers, flasks, herbs of all different kinds. It looks like a mess. Yeah, you it would take days to kind of sift through all the stuff, but you also see two very large puppets, with four different arms, seemingly working at a couple stations, flanking you on the right or the left. You also see stairs further ahead to the left and the right that go up on a raised platform that's about 20 feet up in the air. And you can't quite see over the lip of that.
Can I, by even just sort of doing a cursory glance at the tables, tell what the books are about?
Yeah, give me an investigation check just real quick for kind of looking carefully at this. 14, yeah.
16.
16, very nice. With a 16, most of this is incredibly old lore on potions. A lot of it is then certain kinds of what look like rudimentary engineering books on how things are put together and how moving pieces might fit into one another. A lot of these books are on different kinds of substances, some magic, some not. And there's one thing that really catches your eye that feels sickening to you. And that's over by Hikari on this front table here is a large domed glass case almost. And in it, standing, even floating, is a single doom lily. Perfectly preserved in its stasis here.
Right. Okay. Israk Devere, delivery for you. You need to sign for it. Hello?
One of the puppets, the large ones, puts its work down, and with its 4 arms and 2 legs, kind of crawls and scurries
Jesus Christ.
across the ground
Andy.
toward you guys.
Oh my god.
He's messed up in the head.
This is like a Galway camping.
He's not wrong.
And it cocks its head to the left. Hi there, what can I do for you?
Hi, you can get Israk Devere for us. We've got a delivery for him, and only he can sign for it.
And it just stares at you for a moment. Not moving. Okay, follow us. And then it kind of scurries away this way.
Did anyone else notice that it referred to itself in the plural?
Hive mind?
Still carrying Foley? Or do you set him down somewhere?
I'll set him down.
I'll still carry him, yeah.
Okay. Alright. And if you follow this puppet, you can follow him up the stairs. Over here.
Can I also, before we go any further, insight check the...
Sure, you can try.
Oh, 7. Good roll.
That's the creepiest fucking thing you've ever seen, and you're pretty sure at any point it's going to try to kill you.
Cool.
Hey,
Is
you guys all
generally
stay
the-
behind me just in case the puppet attacks. Seriously.
You don't have to tell me twice. And at this, it stops on the stairs and stands there for a minute. A literal minute, not moving. Then it turns, hey, follow me.
More fucking puppets!
He really needs to tighten up his programming loops. Like, this is severely under-optimized.
Don't, Hikari, don't step into that circle. Get back out. I don't know what that is.
I believe Hikari stepped into that.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I thought it was just the floor.
You didn't even notice. Hikari, you step onto what looks to be a solid, singular piece of jade.
Okay.
It's beautiful, and it's how smooth it is and how massive it is. There is a singular blue pedestal in the middle of this thing, a robed figure. Next to that pedestal, 3 gigantic puppets all around it. The 3 puppets then, in unison, bow low to you. And the robed figure, in tattered, ugly rags of robes, glides over to you just a bit. Hi there. What can I do for you?
Jesus
oh my
Christ.
God. Where is Israk Devere?
Oh, you're speaking to him.
I turn back and I look at everyone like, what?
Can we get some
the
ID, right? Some proof of identity. We have to confirm that you are who you are before we deliver the delivery, right?
Why don't you go ahead and ask me something that only I would know?
Don't know him.
There's no possible way you would be here if you didn't know me.
Yeah, you could repeat to us the exact instructions that we had to follow to get here. I think that would work for me. Do you think that would work for Boss Man? For Boss Man, we all
Are you delivering the? Are you delivering the glass, or are you delivering the alcohol?
Hey,
Alcohol.
we don't know who you are yet. All right, we're not going to tell you what we're delivering.
Right? No, we're not going to tell you
who
I'm
you
afraid
are.
those are 2 separate forms of instructions. I just need to know which ones you have, so that I may read them back to you.
I'm going to message Kentrip Hikari. Hey, Hikari, do you still have any druidic whiskey?
Yeah.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, we're here to deliver the alcohol. The druidic whiskey, I think it is.
He's pausing for a moment. "12 miles north of Wadhaven, across the river and hold it on the left until it breaks right. Scamper down the bank and into the small cave. Travel through the cave system by taking a left, right, and then payment will be on the hook on the left side of the cave wall. Of course, your special instructions have been... Nope, that's not part of it.
That's not part of it.
Including the special instructions. Including the special instructions, which say the following. Every direction given should be seen as the opposite. When you get transported from the cave, lick the blue orb. It should taste like a blueberry, or one of my special kind of blueberries. Ha 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 ha!
It sure did.
So, I'm assuming that none of that sounds like an actual person talking to Charity.
No, not necessarily. It would sound as if someone was talking into like a tin can, kind of. And then the pacing and intonation of it does also sound...
Like, I was assuming all of your verbal effects were intentional.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, well, that seems like everything's in order. So, yeah, we do have the delivery.
But
and we
that
just
it
need
proves is
Israk Devere's signature. But you're pretty clearly not Israk Devere because you sound like one of these other puppets.
yeah, like we need to talk to actual Israk Devere or see some physical proof of identity, not just repeated instructions. This is very serious business. We can't hand this off to a puppet.
Go and give me a persuasion check for Burbage and Stormbringer.
Both of us just roll separately?
Sure, yeah.
There it is.
Oh, it's a nat 20.
Nat 20.
And it balances out my nat 1.
How do you handle this one, Andy?
I'm also just going to say,
That's awesome.
Burbage has an inspiration he could give Stormbringer.
Technically true. As does Sakari. I don't think she's used.
No, I have.
Have you?
We all burned it on that like first fucking roll, basically.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah.
Wait, did I? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I mean, I'm really kind of curious to see how Andy handles this, but yeah, for the fuck of it, I will give my inspiration to Stormbringer because I don't want to risk it.
Okay, give me another roll.
So
17 persuasion. Whoever would like proof may follow me. And he goes back to the center of the room.
That's not.
Oh.
All right. The puppet seems to, well, now that he extends his arms past the cloak itself, you see wooden hands. Sort of red, kind of glowing eyes underneath the hood. The puppet, again, seems to bend down to the base of the pedestal in the center of the room, and then very carefully slide his hands up it. And as he does, a large jar is the only way to describe this, floats up and above the pedestal then itself, coming from the middle of this thing, inside of which looks to be a human brain.
Oh my god.
And now, Charity, you had wondered this before, but now you can, it's glaring in front of you. You see hundreds of those tiny, almost impossibly thin arcana threads that are dipping out of this jar with a brain in it and slipping now to the different puppets around it. Is this proof enough for you? Or do you need more?
So, am I to take
I
it
have no
that
idea what to make of this.
you, Israk Devere, your mind is located in this jar?
It's hard to explain. But when you're like this, your mind is kind of located wherever you want it to be. It's not all that bad.
Okay.
Do you have at least some of the druidic whiskey on you? I've been waiting for a delivery for a while. Go ahead and pour it straight in.
Well, what if it makes you turn into a tree?
Oh no, I've done the calculations. All I need's a bit of druidic whiskey. Should hold me over for a while.
What do you mean? Like you're an alcoholic, or?
There's just a pause. It's staring at you. Ha ha ha! No, what a funny joke.
I give it
Thanks.
the whiskey.
You do what?
I give it the whiskey?
You pour it in the jar?
Yeah. Wait,
All
no,
right.
not in the... Wait, he wanted it in the jar?
That's what he said, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right, you unstopper the druidic whiskey and begin to pour it in the jar. Immediately, the liquid in the jar starts to kind of swirl as if it's activating chemically with the whiskey. The brain itself starts to kind of throb a bit. Thank you. We appreciate that. You can leave the rest of the alcohol. We'll deal with that later.
Okay, I set it down.
Yeah, one more thing though. We do have just an additional delivery for you from the sender. And I'm gonna rummage around in my bag, and pull out, as I approach the jar, I'm gonna pull out the Brief History of Federo Volume 2 and hold it out, and I'll say, yeah, we're also delivering this. We were told by our client that you might be able to explain a few things to us. And for the fuck of it, because I think Burbage. I mean, I don't know. Am I doing this because it's what Burbage would do, or just because I think it would be cool? I don't know. Fuck. I don't know, guys.
Do Burbage, you're good.
Yeah.
Burbage is fed up. He's fed up with all this shit. And as he presents the Brief History of Federa Volume 2 to the brain, he's going to, I guess, pull out the elven blade and stick it up to the jar as a threat. Kind of intimidating. Like,
all right,
time for some answers, buddy. Or, as Burbage would say, time for some answers, buddy.
As soon as you pull out the blade and hold it to the jar, the puppets around you that were supplicant are all of a sudden now standing straight up. Where their hands were are now large, pointed knives. Where their elbows join are small shafts of spears. And their eyes have sunken back into their heads, and little tubes have protruded from them.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Charity's gonna put it away, Burbage. We don't need threats yet.
Yeah, all right, but there was a dragon, Charity. We're just delivery men. We're just delivery, and I'm gonna take it back away and just sort of be really casual. Like, we were threatened by a fucking dragon. All right, we're just here to do a job. All right, you know, we're getting set on all these missions by all these different high priests and all these different folks, and we're constantly being put in danger. It's nonsense. I just want to know what is happening. What's going on in Federo? Who are you, Israk Devere? What is happening?
And at this, the cloaked figure will put its hand back on top of the brain jar and slowly push it down into the pedestal again. And once it's sealed up, it seems to look at the other puppets around it, who then just crumple onto the ground. And Charity, you now feel that those small arcana threads that you could sense going to all the different puppets sort of in the room are detached from those and slammed into the back of the cloaked figure in front of you. You intrigue me, little one. What exactly...
I think I like the other voice better.
What exactly is it you want to know? No one comes here looking for advice. No one comes here looking for answers, though I have many, or I used to.
Well,
I'm intrigued. Go ahead, speak. Speak!
I don't even know anymore. I thought I wanted advice. I thought I wanted answers, but you know what? Perhaps it's nothing.
Oh, now I really am intrigued. You've experienced them before, then, yes? The Riddle Machina.
Experienced, killed, you know.
Wait, why? What could they possibly be doing now?
You know as well as we do that the Riddle Machina are like mercenaries. They'll go wherever the wind blows.
Do you not know what is occurring in the world, Master Devere?
How long have you been down here, dude?
I've not seen the sun in 600 years.
That seems excessive.
You need some vitamin D, dude.
Yeah, Jesus.
Or is it 200? Maybe 1,000? Somewhere between 200 and 1,000 years. I
Those
gotta
are
lose
very
track.
different numbers.
Yes, and They don't seem that much different after a while.
The world burns.
That's why I don't want to be a vampire.
The world burns
Charity's right.
as the machinations of Behelit advance.
Behelit? Behelit? What? The riddle machina, the world is burning? Are you telling me it's happening again? They're trying to come back into this world again?
Yes.
Let my puppets pull up some seats. I have a feeling we'll have a few things to talk about.
That would seem best.
The arcana then disperses again, Charity. You feel it reaching into the other puppets. They start to bring table, chairs, a few candles to light the area. All of this cloaked figure in the center giving a few orders here and there, some verbally, some seemingly in its head. And as you sit down and you feel like you're with someone who actually knows what's going on, I do need everyone to hop off for a moment, as we're going to wrap up tonight with a slightly different scene. So right now, say goodbye, everyone.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Go ahead and say goodnight, goodbye, and then
Bye, everyone.
if you don't mind popping off.
Bye.
Have a great night, everybody. We will talk to you all later. Maybe. Hopefully.
Sorry we didn't fight a dragon tonight as promised.
We persuaded a dragon. That was better.
You encountered a dragon 100%.
We encountered one. All right, cool. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. They're gone. Let me give you just a tiny bit more information. See, as Pelitoth the Great and Fierce is also wise and intelligent and has learned from the small folk to be a bit tricky. When it flapped its wings in front of the family, made a huge snowstorm, covered up everyone's sight, and seemingly landed behind them. In a very interesting act, Pelitoth the Great very quickly gobbled up the body of Foley, ate him completely whole, and then transformed into that same body and laid there until Stormbringer picked him up and set him in a circle where he has now been teleported. And hey, that's going to conclude tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the story goes, please follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design firm and could really use the support. And if you'd like to know more about us, our streams, our company, or our upcoming projects, you can follow us on Twitter at Helpful Goat, on Facebook at Helpful Goat, here on Twitch, Twitch TV/Helpful Goat, or you can join our Discord. And you can join our Discord by doing a exclamation point Discord, and that'll give you a join link. You can go ahead and do that. And from all of us on Goats and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.